Whoop, whoop.
Hello.
Hey there, just in time for the advantage.
Yeah.
As always.
30 seconds earlier for the advantage. This should be double advantage. We should ask. It was the triple advantage we need to beat Savit.
Yeah, for the beach we need an advantage for every second we are earlier.
Yeah.
And that's probably not enough because he just auto hits anyway.
Yeah. And automatically succeeds on his saves and stuff.
Yeah, I'm already.
Maybe Lucas should allow me to have an OP ability to bring back old school Bob through some bullshit rules and shenanigans.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Before we fight Savit, we will probably level up to some ridiculous god mode ourselves, and then it will be either a very quick fight or, I mean, how's your day, guys?
Huh?
We are just chilling.
Some casual racism and anti-Semitism. We were discussing Greta.
How would you tie anti-Semitism to Greta? Oh, of course. No.
The Jews sent her back on a plane. How dare they? The emissions.
Yep.
Oh no.
Maybe they should let the Palestinian have a gangbang with her and then send her back to America, Sweden, or whatever she lives
I
in.
mean, to be fair,
Don't disrespect the Palestinians like that. Look how ugly she is. Just kidding.
Come on, she's white. This is and she's probably hairy as a goat. So
no,
I
to be
genuinely
fair,
thought for a second when Lucas says to be fair, immediately after people talking about gangbanging, I was kind of half expecting him to be like, to be fair, I'd top that.
Yeah.
to be fair, I would love to be in her place.
the gangbang. Just go to Paris and ride the subway or something like that. You're going to experience 50 shades of dark brown.
God damn it.
What I was gonna actually say is I was gonna say that to be fair, her getting assaulted would have shifted my perspectives on the whole. I don't want to say drama. There's a more intense word for that. Yeah, I mean the war that Israelis. It's. I don't know if you can call. Is it a war? I mean, I don't know.
Genocide.
Well, people call it that, but
yeah, because
it shouldn't be considered a war. Like Serbians ethnic cleansed Bosnia for years before NATO brought a war to their doors.
Yeah, but that was a genocide, though.
One-sided, right? Because I don't know. Maybe it's like the propaganda filters, but I'm not receiving too much news on Hamas attacking Israel. Like I hear it from time to time, but it's nothing when compared to like how much Israel is bombing. And well, to be fair, Israel is mostly bombing neutral people coming there, so that's kind of fair. Greta was probably live streaming, so they couldn't drop a bomb on a live stream. You know, she was using 6ix9ine's defense.
But the Gaza Strip is another, like, the Hamas is still like very popular and hiding, so they can't really end the war. But also Gaza just became a lawless piece of land, like gangs emerge and stuff like that. There's anarchy basically, so even if Greta was assaulted by somebody, who knows if it would actually be Hamas or some random gang.
Yeah. I mean,
I think.
Yeah, but imagine if
used that extra chromosome for something good and stay in her own country.
Yeah, but imagine if she wasn't assaulted. Like that's the shift I would imagine going on. Like because you have the stereotype, oh, like she's gonna get fucked literally. But
Oh, and then you would be pro Palestine because oh yeah, they assaulted Greta. Fuck Greta.
no, I'm saying if that wouldn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It definitely would be a point in their favor if they didn't randomly assault people. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, because if they assault her, if they would have assaulted her, I would be like, okay, yeah, it's still like a complex topic. Everyone's in the wrong. But if that doesn't happen, I'm like, wait, wait,
yeah.
that goes against the stereotypes and expectations I would hold for that region, especially when they didn't have like a convoy or anything. They were just in a ship.
Yeah.
Well, the chances of her not being assaulted would be very slim, though. To be fair.
No, yeah, I understand.
I mean, to be fair though, she and the other people with her anyway were delivering like aid, like relief aid. I feel like even gang members are probably smart enough to realize that if you sexually assault the people who are giving you food and medicine, then maybe other people will not want to give you food and medicine.
Well, the assault is one thing, but they would definitely try to kidnap her for publicity and stuff.
Yeah, but
Probably,
also,
yeah.
it's not like the current humanitarian aid is going to Hamas, right? It should be going towards the people. So it's not like gangs associate themselves with it, although I believe.
Isn't all the aid getting stolen by gangs anyway, and then distributed? If either. It was like that with Hamas. Like all the aid went through Hamas before.
Yeah.
I'm now I think there's two channels because there's some aid that Hamas receives directly, but I think some is supposedly distributed by Israel, and I'm not sure which one are you referring when you say gangs. So,
well, I mean, the stuff that's distributed by Israel is probably just like chucked in a river or something. Like I don't think
and they're like, it's gonna go downstream. They're gonna collect it.
Yeah.
Survival of the fittest, the best swimmers.
Yeah.
They probably give it in gas chambers.
Last meal style, right?
Okay, this is more like a pre-game discussion I expected from this party. Not like last week. Way too civil last week.
What did we discuss last week?
It was too civil to remember.
Yeah. Oh, we discussed Cold War. That's right. No, that's a very important topic. Still, okay.
Oh yeah, I remember I was talking to Ilya about a map for a while.
All right.
Although I don't know I don't think everyone was here when I had that conversation, but yeah.
It's also hilarious that we have so much politics that it's impossible to mention everything within a 10-minute span.
Yeah, quickly, let's go to the LA riots now.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Ukrainian bombing, LA riots, New tariffs, I think, dropped this week, didn't they?
Maybe
some government resigned.
Maybe Paul is the voice of reason for us, and he grounds us.
Yep.
Speaking of which, his excuse to being late disappeared. Where is he?
He's not coming today.
Oh, true.
No. Yeah. That's why I dropped the Watch the Current link. We'll be able to start definitely on time. Yeah. I don't know what the fuck is Poznan that he mentioned, but he mentioned France, so he's lying either way, so I didn't bother to find what that is.
Poznan is in Poland, so he's probably going to find cheaper women than Czechoslovakia.
Really? I don't know the price of women comparatively.
You should. Based on Pornhub, the ones in Poland take at least €200 less than the ones in Czechia.
Less than
Have you
what?
seen
What's
Polish
the
women
normal
porn?
amount?
Depending on
Carl,
What's the
on the-
average? What's the average? Really,
Asking
right?
for a friend.
Yeah, no. Inform us. What's the average? What's like the stock market rate?
depending on the value and the loose situation. If you are able to shock both your hands and clap, it's probably €20. But if it's a bit tighter situation, I might go to 500. Depends. We'll have to do more research on Pornhub.
Yeah, you have homework, and that you will have to let us know next week.
Oh,
Yep, it will be a real difficult challenge for you, but I'm sure you can persevere and manage to force yourself to look it up.
I doubt I'll be able to use a mouse next week if I do that much research.
You have two hands, don't you?
Yeah. One will be occupied with a beer, of course.
Use the can after. All right. Before we venture deeper into stuff, probably religion coming up next, we can probably start.
Cool.
In 3, 2, 1.
Casablanca.
Wait, why does he get to be president?
Well, I think I would have made a damn fine president. Kissed a few hands, shook a few babies.
You would have brought a real dignity to the office.
Thank you.
You don't have what it takes. I'll be president. And I nominate Little Rock as my VP.
So that means I get to be president if you get killed by zombies.
That wasn't what I was thinking.
Keep you in the dark, you know they all pretend. Keep you in the dark until it all begins.
Sending your skeletons, sing as their bones come marching in again. They need you buried deep, the secrets that you keep are at the ready. Are you ready? I'm finished making sense, done bleeding ignorance at home. Defense, spinning infinity, but the wheel is spinning me. It's never ending, never ending. Same old story. What if I say I'm not like the others? What if I say I'm not just another one in your place? You're the pretender. What if I say that I'll never surrender? What if I say I'm not like the others? What if I say I'm not just another one in your place? You're the pretender. What if I say I'll never surrender? So who are you? Yeah, who are you? Yeah, who are you?
As the sounds of an evening city clattering about, and very loud snoring coming from around you. Can you remind us, how did you get here as you enjoy your peace and tranquility at the moment, at least.
Okay. Yeah. So we were driving away from a nuclear bomb, and Savid teleported in up top our car, and then I stowed the car away, and we all fell out, and everyone was fine except for Mikhail, whose neck snapped. And then we had a conversation with Savid and completely forgot about Mikhail. And during that conversation, Savid said he's the one who's been nuking places, and he tries to convince Bob to let himself be absorbed. And when Bob tried to use some mercury that I made for him to attack Savid, Savid just countered it because turns out he can just do that every time Bob uses his divine powers against him. And then Savid mentioned that there's some kind of god killer thing inside the planet, but we all told him about 6ix9ine being able to kill Alpha Null, so he decided to just go and talk to 6ix9ine instead of absorbing Bob right now. And before he left, he invited us to stab him in the back, and then Butcher tried to do that but got kicked away, and then Bob broke Savid's liquid, which turned out to be gallium, we found out later, when he tried to use it, and then CTA punched Savid. But despite that, Savid just used a teleport crystal to leave instead of killing us all, so that was nice. And before we drove off, I rearranged all the corpses into one ship so that it would be easier to keep track of them, and I stuck Mikhail's body in there as well, because he was dead, obviously. And while we were traveling, Bob healed everyone, which was nice. And then we reached the Bob Apatow, and at that point, Connie got some money from me, from out of my car, and they went off, Connie and CTA went off to look around, and inside the city they found out that CTA's stream was being broadcast through a big broadcasting magic thing, so everyone in the city could hear what was going on. There was also a little bit where there was a sponsored message before we arrived, which was when Savid was talking to him, because presumably he did not want that overheard for some reason. And yeah, we saw that the city looks like it's definitely not going to survive being attacked because it has really rubbish defenses, and it's only got 3,000 soldiers, although one of them is for Junior, which is something, but there's 40,000 vampires, so they're completely screwed. And also, CTA learned about a church of Oswig, and it turns out the priests there are still alive, so that's nice. And so we might be able to get some resurrections done. And Elise, which is CTA's flying drone, scouts ahead, and she located the army of 6ix9ine's army and heard that they were listening to music. And while the other two were in the city, Bob went to sleep because he needed to sleep now, while I started doing a ritual. But I noticed Ray's friend, the monkey man, but I didn't want to get interrupted, so I just turned off my sight and hearing so that I would avoid being distracted. Also, those are literally my
To
only
clarify,
2 senses.
you only noticed a monkey man. You did not pay enough attention to know if it was Ray's the
Yeah,
same
I know.
person.
I'm assuming it was Ray's friend. It might not be, but anyway, yeah. So I turned off my only 2 senses. So I literally have no senses at all at the moment. So absolutely anything could be happening to me and I wouldn't notice.
Yeah, there's like Bob in the background fighting against like nightmarish creatures, you know.
Like I will wake up and I'll be like half of my body is missing and it's like, oh, damn.
You wouldn't even like get messages, oh, damage, significant damage.
I don't know, maybe, but like I didn't really think about that.
You're also not in sleep, right? You would be like tinkering on stuff.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm actively the meditation, it is a ritual. It's like a magical thing, but
Yeah.
it is actively like rewriting the code of my super robot, basically.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah. So like you're mentally Tony Starking
Yes.
yourself.
Yep. Mentally tunnel vision on this coding for an hour, basically.
Huh. Okay. So,
But yeah, that's what
clarifying
we
a few things. Unless anybody wants to add anything additionally. Yeah. So there were 3 churches in total of 3 different gods. One is Olshrik's, as CTA has found out. The second one is Gabriel's that Bob sensed since he like kind of knew the signature, which was the one that Connie has ventured to, and there's a third unknown one.
Okay.
The guy that I asked said that none of the priests here died, or only in the church I asked for.
I believe you only asked
people.
about.
You asked multiple people, and you specifically asked if any priests had died, and they all gave you weird looks. Like they not only like did they say that nobody died, but they also were like, "The fuck are you even asking that for, mate? Of course they're not dead. Why would they be dead?"
Okay, so the devil doesn't infiltrate Bobapia. What was the name of that?
Bobapital.
Bobapital. That's good to know.
There to make a clarification, based on the rules, like a lot of people were wary of answering. You could tell that not all of them are honest in the way that they answer. More like they just disregard the question rather than answering truthfully. And you asked very specifically about Bolsheviks, I believe, which you found out that no, Bolsheviks are not dead, but the other 2 are still in the unclear. And Connie ventured to Gabriel's on his own. That's based on my notes, at least. Bob has went to sleep, and basically at the end of the first tower is when your drone at least returns within your radius of communication and relays the information on the vampire army being a couple tens of kilometers, I would say, away from the bridge. That's a couple of kilometers away from the city. Like visually from the Elodie and Bob, who are outside the city, can see the bridge. That's around 3 to 4 kilometers away from the city in the north. And Elise has found out that about the vampire army is about 30 kilometers away from the bridge northward.
But Elise wasn't attacked by like an advanced party or scouts of the vampires. She didn't use the potions. She just saw. Wait, did she even see it? How could you count something?
She saw
a marching army.
But 10 kilometers, that's far. I guess she can
how
calculate.
How far north of the city are the vampires?
So the bridge is about
2 to
3.5 kilometers.
Okay,
Yeah, 3 to 4.
Okay.
Yeah, about 3.5, and then the vampire army is around 20 to 30 kilometers away.
Okay.
And from that distance, she calculated 40,000.
No, she didn't give you an army.
40,000.
Yeah, you know proof beforehand.
Oh.
Okay. That's the estimated number.
Okay.
It's like literally 6ix9ine, I think, said it on the stream, didn't he? 40,000.
Yeah, but
so
he would exaggerate, maybe.
More of a claim. Yeah, an exaggeration.
Well, would you? Because you only asked Elise to scout out. You didn't say, "Hey, count the vampires."
Yeah, but I say it's scout out, so I assumed she would get close. That's why I gave her the potion. I didn't assume she would just. Oh, at the horizon, I see lights. Okay, I come back.
Well,
she got close enough to listen to their music. You said she was playing.
Yeah.
Well, the music is playing everywhere. That's that's not an argument.
No. The stream is playing everywhere. The music she specifically
the stream doesn't
heard and she She saw that there was mechanical speakers. She got close enough to see the speakers.
No,
She was coming.
30
it's not.
kilometers?
It's not that she saw. It's not that she saw. It's that it clearly came from mechanical speakers. It wasn't like sung, right? It was music that's replayed. Like not most of those sounds produced, they cannot be done live, right? Unless you have like an electric guitar, but that also requires a speaker.
My impression that I got last session was that she was close enough to actually like see the speakers, but yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm confused with 30 kilometers.
I operated under the assumption that at least seeing at 25, basically like 25, 30 kilometer distance, would rather choose to inform you first and then based on the follow-up orders, right? Because 30 kilometers isn't a lot.
Okay, yeah, fair. I mean, they are walking, right? So she should be able to shoot
It's
back.
vampires marching.
Yeah, but
Well,
still, they're an
most
army,
likely.
right? 40,000 people. They've got to have like something that's. Obviously, they don't have supply lines in the same way that a normal army would, but like.
Yeah, if she comes back after an hour, I would immediately send her back out. First, I would pat her on the head. Very proud that you didn't go surrender.
What?
Good girl. But I need more information. Like the formation, the battle formations. Do they have horses, whatever might be interesting? Weaponry, siege. Even though they're probably not using siege, but I need more information. Don't risk your life, but get me more information. Get at least as close that you can confirm the 40,000.
She salutes you with one of her chopper blades. And I guess, yeah, she's going to head back out.
And I guess we are heading to the churches. Guys, are we splitting up or do we go one church at a time?
You are still wandering within the city.
Oh.
You said you're wandering outside in the city outskirts, while Bob and Elodie remained with the car on the actual accounts. You were in the suburbs, they were on the outskirts.
Wait, hold on. You said we remain with the car. We did not remain with the car. I stowed the car after giving Connie.
I assumed Bob was sleeping in the car. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So Bob's just laying on the car.
Unless Bob wants to sleep in the car, but I was.
You can lay on a bench. It's Bob.
Yeah,
his godly sleep, no matter what. Okay, so
Ilya, does Bob want to sleep in a comfy car or on the grass?
On the grass. Bob needs to touch grass anyway.
But yeah, if I'm far away from the others, when Elise is outside of 500 meters, I would.
Not. Huh? I would say you're not. You like if you were planning to come back within the hour.
No. Like I'm not planning. I'm just summoning another flying drone when Elise is out of range. Knuckles, and send out Knuckles to inform the others.
Okay, so you're just sending it to relay the information?
Wait, who does Knuckles reach first? Like, Bob is sleeping, Elodie has her ears tucked.
Yep.
Who do I see first?
You would see Elodie, most likely, because Bob is laying on the ground. However, I just want to mention something because I feel like this was forgotten and very important, actually. Ilya, did you know that all heals to demigods are halved? I opened up because I opened up the mechanics to double check.
It to look for for divine will. Let me see.
Yeah, so the point is that actually all heals to you are halved.
Right. Okay. So I mean, it's
Oh,
probably not that
okay.
big a deal though, because the others have like 100 and something HP. So by the time he's got them up to full, he would be at full as well, even if it is halved.
Yeah, no, but that's more important to your combat.
Yeah. In combat it is.
Yeah, this
Although to be
needs
fair,
to...
in combat we mostly just heal a few HP, get knocked unconscious again, then heal a few
Yeah.
HP. So,
Yeah, basically I
But
heal
yeah.
the others more than I heal myself.
yeah.
My heals for me are to stabilize myself.
Yeah. So, and yeah, you need a full long rest for Divine Will to be restored.
Yeah, I was looking at the spreadsheet for that.
Yeah, perfect.
But okay, so 8 hours of sleep, 6 hours of sleep, 2 hours of walking.
Yep. So yeah, sorry. Elodie, you wouldn't notice, but a drone has approached you. Knuckles.
Is there any body of water nearby?
It's a swampy area, so there are like a lot of puddles, and even the ground itself is quite moist and squishy. But there's not a large body of water per se.
How heavy is Elodie at the moment?
Quite heavy because I'm made of metal mostly.
And gold.
Yeah, gold too.
Although your arms are grass, I would put it a ballpark 400 to 500 kilos.
God damn. Well, what
Although,
would the DC be for a -3 strength creature?
The last time you said it would only be 200, because remember when CT was flying us out of the city, it costs him 1 extra for each 200, and you said 200 is enough for 1 per person.
Yeah, but that was last session.
Oh, okay, cool. It was
But
actually.
I changed my mind. I changed my mind. What do you want?
Fair enough.
No, 200. I guess yeah, because you have mentioned you're a teenager size, right? So
Yes.
with internal, if you don't have a lot of internal components, yeah, 200 is fine.
Neat.
Yeah, 200. I still don't know if I do a roll strength. Knuckles tries to lift Elodie up into the sky with a solid 3. So can he at least drag her in the direction with that slowly?
Elodie would notice her foot being lifted.
No, I wouldn't. I don't have a sense of touch.
I mean, you would you'd sense the motion, wouldn't you?
No, I don't have a sense of touch. Like my.
Yeah, but that's not a sense of touch. That's a sense. That's a sense of orientation, of body part orientation.
Well,
because like your knee gets bent and everything, right?
Right, but the only reason you would know that is because you have a sense of touch. If you don't have a sense of touch,
sense of orientation. Sense of orientation. So, like, if you're floating in space, you're telling me that you would not be able to tell how your body's oriented.
Well,
like, if your knee is bent
if
or
you're
not.
floating in
That's
space.
ear. Sense of touch is skin, though, strictly skin. So
Yeah,
moving muscles would be different.
Yes, sense of orientation is definitely different. Even people who don't have sense of touch, I forget how it's called, where they like don't feel touch or pain from their skin, they can still orientate themselves in space, right?
Yeah, but that's inside the ear. Elodie said she disables her ears.
Yeah.
So rotation would be disabled.
No, that's gravity. The thing in your ears.
I don't
is
think
gravity.
people can orient themselves in space. I don't know where you're
Well,
getting.
no, it's not orienting. It's not changing your orientation. It's understanding if your knees are bent or not.
Right, that's a different thing, but that is that.
So
is
if somebody
your
bends
sense of
your
touch.
knee,
It's
somebody
your
bends your knee,
nerves. It's your nerves.
so you're telling me, yeah, but that's then you're telling me that like there's no senses in your body, right?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I only have 2 senses, sight and hearing, and I disabled them both, so I don't know what happens to me for the next, well, half hour, because it was half an hour in that I did it.
Yeah, but okay, so this is after the first hour. would you have been enabled?
Wait.
Yeah.
This is after the first hour?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I'm done then. My ritual's done. I'm awake.
Yeah. So you would then see the drone exactly as you finish the ritual. You would see the drone Knuckles coming up to you, and for some reason trying to lift your leg.
No. First, he would have talked. So if she can see, he wouldn't even start dragging.
No.
I would say she like awakens exactly as he's trying to lift her.
Fucking bitch! Why doesn't she fuck?
Hello.
Oh. Yeah. Finally. So.
Sorry about that. I was a bit zoned out.
How much did you hear?
Nothing really. So, what exactly were you looking for?
As I sort of like shake my foot loose of its grip.
Which
is probably pretty easy to do because it got a 3.
Yeah,
I had very important message.
Okay then. So yeah, what's this important message?
Didn't you listen? I say I had.
Okay.
That implies I don't
tell me?
anymore. I forgot.
Oh, okay, that's fair. Okay, well, I was asleep. So, he probably won't mind that you can't pass on the message to him either way. I should probably stay here in case someone tries to steal them while he's sleeping.
Oh, I had a message for him as well. I need to wake him up.
I don't know, he's trying to rest.
Fuck that.
Lucas, is Dikuniversum the same as D&D where you only need to like rest for 8 hours and you only actually need to sleep for 6?
Yeah. So like a short interruption in sleep is fine.
Cool. Okay. I will allow the drone to wake up Bob then.
The drone grows the biggest arm possible and flings at Bob's forehead. Or flicks. Flicks is the right word, yeah.
Bob wakes up, rudely interrupted during his nap time, and he says, "You're going to beg to be healed, you know."
Hey, I had a message for you. Very important.
Prepare. Tell your message as Bob prepares his revolver.
Man, the people around here are not listening at all.
What?
I said I had a message. Stupid man, stupid people.
I also love the idea that Bob, when he sees a squirrel, shoots it immediately, but when it's a robot spider, that's acting
No, it's not a
aggressive.
spider.
Yeah, it's the flying.
drone.
Oh, it's a flying. Okay, I thought it's a spider. Okay, that's fine. Okay, yeah, he would recognize that. Then never mind.
You would even recognize the spider. Your
Well,
argument
yeah,
is
but a
invalid.
spider is more close to a squirrel, right? Which I was thinking
yeah.
of the.
So
Yeah, but I know that this is CTA family, so I don't shoot his family right away.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I
fair.
prepare to shoot it, and Bob will do a warning shot towards the drone and tell it to fuck off and continue to sleep.
Is that your message? I was supposed to bring the answer back.
Bob cocks his gun one more time.
Whatever. I don't care. The drone clearly cares, but it backs off. Flies back to Elodie. Do you have a message at least? I don't want to go back empty-handed.
Okay, sure. Tell CT that, I said thanks for delivering the very important message. Thanks for the update.
I see a vision. I see He wanted. I see dead people. It has something to do with dead people. Whatever.
Elodie, at this moment, you actually notice that Connie is coming back as well.
Oh, okay, cool. I guess I wave at Connie.
Yeah, there's a couple of minutes still if you want to finish the
Okay.
message with the drone, but
I mean, the message for the drone that I had was just thanks for the message, because I didn't want to get the drone in trouble by saying, yeah, what was that message again? But I don't know what it was. But yeah, oh yeah, the drone had said about corpses.
Okay, cool. If he wants corpse, I guess I can give him one.
Oh, I like
You carry the
corpses.
corpse to him.
Give me the smallest one.
Okay, cool.
I will summon my ship that has all the corpses on it, and go inside and look for a small one. Are there any child soldiers in this navy?
yeah, there was little Timmy, who, if you remember, survived everything because he was in a toilet, but when he walked out, he got pierced by a random arrow or something.
Cool. Yeah, I remember.
And you promised one of the 6 survivors, one of the janitors was his father, and you promised that you would revive little Timmy for him.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. I guess I will give the drone little Timmy's corpse, and hopefully the reason that CTA wanted the corpse was not to like set it on fire or something.
Oh, it's so cute. I'll name him Little Lucas.
His brain is splattered out on the side of his head. It's very cute.
Yeah, I think his name was Little Timmy originally, but if you want to call him Little Lucas, that's fine too.
And I will give the thing to the drone corpse.
Yeah, the drone grabs him by the neck and flies off.
Nice.
Yeah, you see Connie watch in confusion as the drone leaves, as he kind of stays about 20 meters away and waves for you, Elodie, to come towards him.
Okay, yeah, I will do that then.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't want to wake that friend of ours, as he kind of glances over your shoulder. Up, you know how he gets when he's cranky?
Sure, yeah. Fair enough. I mean, he did already get woken up by a drone, but I think he's probably going back to sleep.
Yeah, so, I went to one of the churches. What's her name?
Gabrielle?
Yeah. So she's very angry with Bob, and she doesn't want him there. So she said if we come alone, she might give us a discussion.
That's fair. Bob's kind of, needing to sleep though, and, if somebody doesn't keep an eye on him, then he might get abducted while he's asleep. That could happen,
You can just carry my my lifeless
No, no, Bob. You're not lifeless. You're asleep. You're not unconscious. You would definitely wake up being carried by a robot. You cannot sleep comfortably.
Yeah.
If you
also,
had
she literally
exhaustions.
Next level up upgrade will be able to sleep whenever.
But also, Connie just said that Gabriel doesn't want Bob anywhere near her church, so it wouldn't work anyway even.
You can put me to sleep next to the church,
Just leave you out in the street. I'm sure nothing bad will happen. Okay, yeah. So wait.
Work in
Actually,
the DMV, so he would be able to sleep being carried by a robot.
I just want to say though, if Gabriel is mad at Bob and is willing to talk to someone who isn't Bob, why did Connie not just talk to Gabriel?
Are you asking
Sure.
him that?
Yeah, I will.
Well, he gets lost for a second. I didn't want to speak on behalf of everyone.
Really? That seems thoughtful.
I peer at Connie suspiciously, feeling like maybe they are acting in a way that is different from normal.
She. Okay, yeah, Connie's a she. I forget.
Well, actually, I think Paul just said that it's like none of them.
It's gender
It's just
fluid, yeah.
Because it's like an
It's-
AI or something, you know.
Yeah, I think just Connie is easier for me to be a she then.
Cool.
So as long as as long as they don't mind.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah. So she Connie, she's gonna like scratch her head a bit and say, "Look, what do you want from me? I'm not used to talking to gods." And they were like, "Oh, don't bring your friend Bobbin. If you want, bring the others."
Okay, fair.
Like,
Okay, well,
I don't even know what did you expect me to say to her?
I don't know. Hello, how's it going? Are any of your priests alive yet? You want to do another resurrection for us?
She like slowly puts her head into her palm. This is way over my pay grade. Look.
Also,
it's just in case we did. I understand we don't want to leave that guy just laying there. So where's the rest of the party? There are drones and stuff. Where is the drone going? Can we have them watch over?
The drone, but one of the drones, it wasn't Elisa. It was a different one. Came back and said
There's two of
that
them?
apparently, well, I mean, there was already two, but two flying ones, there wasn't.
Oh, where's the other flying one?
I don't know. But anyway, so this other flying drone that wasn't Elise came along and was all like, hey, I have a message for you. And it came to both me and to Bob, but it had forgotten what the message was. So it wasn't especially useful, but I did think that it might have been something to do with corpses. Also, it didn't look very strong, so I gave it the lightest corpse we had, which was little Timmy's corpse. So that old guy from the Navy wanted us to bring him back to life. So hopefully, the reason that Sixtine wants a corpse is to bring it back to life, and not just to like throw it at someone.
You would probably say CTA, not 69. Right?
Yes, I would say CTA.
Just making sure. Just making sure there's no misunderstanding. Yeah. Great. So, do you think it's dangerous to leave him out here? I mean, we are next to the city, or do you think it's fine?
I think it's kind of a bit dangerous to leave him just like sleeping in the middle of a field. Like, what if, I don't know, someone, like, another a vampire shows up or something? Or Savit teleports in again.
Isn't he like super stronger than a vampire, though? I mean, we beat a few.
I guess. Okay. Well, I suppose he would probably be okay.
I mean, probably CTA is gonna be back any minute anyway.
Sure, okay, fine.
Just leave a note on Bob's body.
Yeah.
Don't wake up or you are dead.
Sure, okay. Well, actually, has Bob gone back to sleep at this point?
Yeah, he said.
Yeah, he
said
did. Okay.
he's going back.
So yeah, In that case, yeah, I will walk over to where Bob is, and I will just use my finger to write in the dirt, "Please don't wake up." And please is spelled PLZ.
Yeah. All right. So I imagine you and Connie are heading from the outskirts through the suburbs towards the. Basically, you're following Connie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you two start heading into church. Meanwhile, CTA on your side, Knuckles returns with little Timmy in his hands.
Oh, hi Knuckles. Did you fulfill your mission? Yes. Here. And tosses over little Timmy. Oh. Did you get a message back? Yes. So? That's not what you asked. What is the message? Didn't seem important this time. Oh. Okay. Let's continue to the church, I guess.
CTA, are you heading towards Ulshrik's church?
Yeah. I was always on the path, so
Okay.
if Knuckles reaches me, I was already moving. I wasn't stationary when he was away.
Yeah, I would say you're like a few hundred meters away, like moving. It's sort of where the city, the title group of the city meets the suburban area. So it's quite easy to. It's not too far from as you were walking around anyway. As Bob, is Bob dreaming about for a first time in thousands of years?
Is it a wet dream?
I suppose it would be the lines in the DMV. He misses the DMV line because he never lived without it.
I love the idea that you have a daughter that you have not seen for thousands of years. The first thing you dream of is a DMV. The place like you hated so much you left.
I imagine in Bob's head, like the dream starts to change. They form a Congo line or something. Something fun happens, and Bob, no, this is a DMV. Get back in line properly.
Yeah.
Me, oh my. Yeah. 1 second. I'm just getting my notes together. Very well. Okay. So, Bob. Yeah, all three of you, I would request an insight.
Who is all three? Oh, just us. Right, of course, yeah, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
I was thinking in
confused.
terms of characters. I was thinking in terms of characters rather than players, and it was like, so there's Connie and Elodie, and then there's CTA and a drone, and then there's Bob off on his own. But yeah, okay, insight. Here we go. Nice.
Huh. CTA, as you're approaching the church, it's quite big. It's interesting on how it's built. As you can tell that there was a smaller building, a church, then a larger part was added on, like a larger part of the building, and then even a larger, more fancier part was built on top. So there's like layers of the building where they just didn't tear down the old one, but rather expanded it, scaled up in all directions, which is a bit unusual, but it also gives like an understanding of where they came from and in a sense of where they're going. As you notice that at the very top tower, where the bells would be ringing, on the edge of it sits a figure, obviously watching you. It's a bit, yeah, before 18. You can tell that the figure is female. The setting sun isn't giving you too much help with distinguishing the exact features, but you can tell it's a female, shoulder length, golden hair. Would be golden probably, but seems to be a bit dirtied by this point, like not as bright as you would expect it. And very ragged, once white, now grayish clothes, very baggy on her, as she sits on the ledge, one leg swinging there, one leg kneed up, as she rests her head on the knee, staring straight at you, following you with her sign. You're about 100 meters away from the church, and from her position, there's about 200-meter distance.
So the tower is like 100 meters big?
It's like you're 100 meters from the entrance of the church, so there's like still distance until the middle of the church.
Oh.
Because of the layers, right? She's on top of the last layer, which is furthest up. The church itself is about 80 meters tall at the highest point.
Okay. Yeah, I'll continue walking towards the church, but send Knuckles up there. Knuckles, I want to speak to her. Bring her down. And Knuckle zooms off. He would need a couple rounds to reach her. Does she do anything when she sees a drone beelining towards her?
No. Does your drone have sonar on?
My drone doesn't have sonar.
Doesn't have sonar?
Well, I believe you always reprimanded me when I tried to use my abilities with my drone. So my drone is weak as fuck.
That is fine.
I mean, otherwise my insight would count for the drone, but
no. That the first insight was right. I see what you mean. No, okay, yeah. Let's try that. As your drone approaches, it notices that the eyes aren't following it. The eyes are set straight at you, and the figure continues in the same motion, seemingly uncaring on anything around it.
Hey, woman. You there?
Completely ignored.
Ankh wants to talk with you. Hello? Man, these people.
Give me a charisma check.
I should give Knuckles better charisma. Hey, that's a rolled 15. Okay, that's a good roll.
Nice.
She completely ignores you.
Knuckles grabs her leg and pulls her off the ledge. Trying to hold on to her. I don't know if he succeeds or not.
Give me a strength check.
She was sitting on the ledge. At least pulling her off should be fine.
Oh, I was really hoping for a crit success.
I would say
Crit
she
success
is
would be
sitting.
he's holding her. I assume.
Yeah, I would say she is not looking at your direction, and she is sitting, which is an uncomfortable position. Like she's prone, basically. So you have advantage.
Cool.
Oh.
Because yeah, she is prone. She is sitting on the ledge, right? Unless she jumps off. As you try to grab her leg, like pulls with all his strength, it almost like gets out of his grasp before he realizes it. As she sits there, still swinging, looking at UCD.
Hey, woman, if I don't want Unk to get mad, like, can you stop ignoring me? This is getting very uncomfortable. As he flies behind her and tries to ram with full speed, this time utilizing his speed to push her off.
Give me strength with advantage.
This time using his speed to push her off.
I mean, can you actually do that though?
No.
I mean,
no,
wait. If a squirrel flies fast enough at you, you get pushed, and it's not because of the strength of the squirrel or a bird or whatever.
It's still strength, right? It's a grab. Yeah. It's a shove attack.
Yeah. In D&D terms, in game terms, it would still be a strength. Because realistically, if a squirrel hits you, the squirrel just bounces off.
Unless she has enough strength.
Depends on the velocity, though.
No. Like that's saying that if an ant is flying at the speed of a bullet.
How much strength does a bullet have? 0.
That's wrong.
Velocity is not strength. What was
like it's like durability, right? It has the mass, and it's a strong metal. That's the whole point of it.
Yeah, but
that's why
speed generates strength. That's how physics work.
Kind of, yes. In a sense, yes.
In real world, yes, but not.
It generates a force, not a strength.
Yeah. And Knuckles is very forceful with girls.
You go towards her back, full speed. You go so fast, you don't even see as she dodges as you go past her. You look back, and she's still sitting there, completely ignoring you, swinging her leg.
At this point...
Dave, would you mind giving me a quick insight?
With Knuckles?
No, with CTA.
True. CTA shares senses, so CTA sees even from the perspective of Knuckles.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Oh, these rolls.
Yeah, with two attacks you would notice. She didn't move through either of them. It's almost like the drone phased through her. Real question.
Wait, but the first he could grab her leg. She was touchable.
The CTA. No, even with her legs, the drone thought he grabbed her and pulled, but she actually just phased through. Real quick question: does CTA have his sonar on?
No, he's not wasting HP at the moment.
So that's
it doesn't feel like a dangerous situation, so
real quick, Bob, as you're there in your DMV line enjoying your old scene customers, your loyal clients, where you know that each time they hand you the documents, there's also a little envelope below them where you just As you scan the documents, put them in your drawer, and boop boop, the scan comes up as good. Although even if you ignore the errors being thrown on the screen. As your eyes wander through the crowd real quickly, as you just check in if none of your superiors are watching you too keen, you notice Savid standing next to the machine that takes out ticket numbers, which with each ticket that adds +3 rather than a +1 as it should, as you just sometimes randomly let people in, even though you shouldn't. But the envelopes do the trick. He stands there and slowly analyzes it, completely seemingly unaware of your existence.
Can I mess with his number further?
Oh, you absolutely can. I mean, you have better software. You paid the IT guys enough that you have now your computer has better software than your managers even have. As you push it, go into the software, and you see that the row number is 90,827, that would come up. What do you set it as?
I will set his number to be the birthday of his close one, someone who he loved and died tragically.
Wait, what's
So
the
you
birthday?
enter
Shorter.
you enter 5 days ago, minus 5 days.
No, it should be like if the date is let's just say June 15th, he should be 1,507 online on the line.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's still way less than 90,000 or whatever
Yeah,
Lucas said.
No,
Yeah,
it will change. It will change. The number will change.
Okay.
Once it gets closer to him, it will be the date someone other he loved died, like 31st of December.
Also, if the numbers go so high, it's still a long line because he needs to wait for the numbers to turn around, right? So he's actually very far away.
Also, a funny thing would be to choose a number that's already passed. So, oh no, I missed my chance.
Yeah, just one number passed, Very well. So, as you do that, could you give me a quick insight with disadvantage?
Oh shit. This is going to hurt. Disadvantage insights. Yep. It hurts.
Wonderful.
Is it?
Elodie, as you're following Connie, what was your insight? 19. You notice something strange. It takes a second for you to really grasp, okay, wait, what is happening that I don't actually like about the situation? As you understand, wait, Connie is walking different, and she's not making usual metallic clanking sounds.
Making SpongeBob sounds.
I knew it as soon as Connie came back and decided to speak to us rather than just talking to Gabriel.
on her own. I was like, yeah, come on. Why would Connie do that? None of us in this party is that considerate.
Well, that always happens when the DM takes over, though. They become
Yeah.
more reasonable, more party oriented.
Yeah, yep. At the end of the last session, literally, we just split up and each go do our own thing. The start of this session, instant cooperation. Okay, so yeah, I noticed that Connie is acting weird, or sounding weird, I guess. Is there anything? And remember, I have, I think I have 3 mana left, but whatever it is, I have some amount left. I have more than 1 left, so I can just see magic stuff. Is there anything magic on Connie?
No.
Okay. In that case, I do already know that I cannot perceive miracles because of Bob. Like, nothing that Bob does counts as magic to me, so I'm aware that miracles are above my pay grade. So
There
I'm gonna
are.
assume that's what's
I will
going
say, from 6ix9ine streams, you definitely know that Marky, the original Marky, not Marky, Mark, the original
on.
Mark,
Yeah.
he became such a good mage that when he was on Energon, he changed his magic to be considered as miracles so they wouldn't get detected.
Ah, cool.
So there is some small Venn diagram overlap where there is a chance you can sense it if you try.
Okay.
If you want to give me a wisdom check.
Yeah, I will give that a shot. 19.
You tap into the ley lines, trying to see anything that's beyond the physical veil. And you don't see anything beyond the physical veil.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to assume that Gabriel probably has, like, kidnapped the real Connie, or maybe this is the real Connie, but just has been, like, magically enchanted or something by Gabriel.
Connie suddenly stops.
Okay.
Looks back at you and says, wait. She looks past your shoulder back over to where Bob was. Wait, what the fuck is going on there?
Okay. What I would like to do is, I turn around as if, to look towards Bob and that. But as I'm doing so, I also take a couple of steps back, like trying to make it look casual. And I'll roll charisma for this if you want. But I want
Yes,
to
would love
also
that.
be able to keep Connie in my peripheral vision at the same time. 20.
Yeah, you do it very naturally where you're full body swing backwards. So, CTA.
Yeah.
You sense suddenly an axe attack into your back. Attack from stealth, so will deal double damage.
First of all, the defense
You rolled
with
inside
disadvantage.
before. You rolled inside.
Yeah, but attacks don't auto hit. My defense is my
They
strength.
do from stealth. From stealth,
Wait.
they do.
Do they though?
Yes.
Because
It's insight versus stealth to first see it.
It's
yeah,
just
but
another special
when we had-
rule. Ooh.
No, I'm trying to think.
It's
'cause we
stealth
did
versus
this.
insight first. Yes, it's stealth versus insight first. If that fails, then you go attack versus defense.
Right, yeah, that's what it was. I
Yeah.
knew
If
there
the
was
stealth
something
if
like
the
that.
stealth wins against insight, it's an auto hit.
Yeah, because Kyle did that a lot, didn't he?
Yeah. That's kind of the advantage of building around stealth. But yeah, the disadvantage is that you need to build around stealth. There's no need to add your token right now, CT.
Nah, just
give me a
for
second.
the make it easier to subtract the damage. Oh,
No, you will be able to add it to the top right map.
yeah. Okay.
It's the metal building is not a church. You're just there in the city. So, as you sense an axe into your back, you receive 18 damage, slashing to be exact. As Elodie,
Yeah.
as you look back at Bob with your full body sing, you see a couple soldiers standing next to Bob as one of them slams his sword straight through Bob's back. Like
Okay,
full weight knights.
I use all 3 actions to jump towards Bob. Well, 3 actions is 2 actions
Yeah.
bonus action.
Before that happens, as this is an intermediate thing, I need you to make me a knowledge check to see if you actually, at that moment, sustain focus to both look at Connie and manage to understand what is happening with Bob. If like Bob doesn't distract you too much, this is the knowledge check. Wonderful. You immediately see, in a physical sense, Connie's body glow with an electric aura. Are you still choosing to try to jump?
A large part of my body is gold, and gold is not magnetic. Also, grass is not magnetic. So I am going to hope that even if she does electromagnet shenanigans, I can power through it. So yes, I'm going to try and jump.
As you jump towards it, 1 second, Bob, you wake up with 3 knights standing around you. Place your token at the lower map, and one of them has his sword just sloshed into your chest as you take stealth damage. This would be...
Okay, noted to nuke the city in the future.
20, 20 as you take 26 slashing damage.
Yikes.
And Elodie, as you jump, you still have focus on the knights, have focus on Connie behind you. But to be fair, she was readied her reaction to do it as you turned, so her goes off first. She activates something below her feet, and a force field in a circle shape appears in front of you as you bump into it. You have a chance, you have a choice to try to go through it forcefully if you wish.
Quick question. As I'm speeding towards this force field, are there any ley lines nearby?
You don't have enough time to react. It's like an immediate. It's not too large. 1 second, let me just drop in the map.
Yeah, I will just alter the position of my head so that I'm trying to ram it with my shoulder.
But you will try to ram it.
Yes. I don't
Very
expect
well.
this to work, but it's
Give me a
worth
strength
shot.
check.
Okay. 14.
Yeah, there's an immediate, not electric, but like, you see magic. You see like a magical throw you back, a magical boom, which might still not damage you. Yeah, it's 7 damage.
Okay.
But you can choose. So you would, since you said you're going towards it, it would be somewhere in this lower left. You can choose a point next to.
Oh, okay. I thought it was centered on Connie, and
It is centered on
oh
Connie.
no,
You
that's
reach-
right. Yeah, that's right. It's because
Yeah.
we were in the south. We were heading north, weren't we? Yeah. Okay, that
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah.
So I guess just here, I suppose.
Inside the force field. You did not.
Inside, right.
Yeah.
Oh
you
yeah,
did
of
not
course. Yeah,
hit
of
through.
course. Yeah. Do I get knocked back into the middle, or
No, you're on the side. Let me. I just need now to add all the enemy tokens. But in the meantime, you can feel free to give me 1 second. I need to do a thing. Feel free to give me initiative rolls. However, for everyone except Elodie, this first round is a surprise round. And Bob is prone.
ah.
Where is this? Okay. So
Whoever could have predicted that leaving a party member alone and just sleeping outside in the open could possibly be a bad idea.
How many people around me again?
3. 3 that you
How
can
strong
see.
are they?
They're knights. You just woke up.
I mean, didn't they just do like 20 damage to you or something? That's quite a lot.
Nah.
I'm not sure what that means, but sure. Oh my god, I was searching for Marky's token, and Paula just has him marked as M. Like,
yeah, not confusing at all. No other character
damn,
he's
how
played
do
has ever had that initial.
just ignore his health bar. Oh no, I can mess with it. Yeah, it doesn't matter. He'll just be able to reset it to full after. But wait, I shouldn't show you. Yeah, I shouldn't show you. It's just so this I will set that to 0. And that you can't see that. Wonderful.
I mean, you could show us, it wouldn't hurt to
no.
show us.
No. Okay, so Elodie, you can see Connie. Right, around CTA, you also notice
Bob's initiative is supposed to be 18.
Yeah.
Bob can set him himself, can't he?
I don't know.
No.
What?
I said it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. CTA, around you there are 3 knights, fully armored, that you can see. The one that attacked you does have an axe. There's a lancer, marked with blue, and a swordsman. They actually would be all in this direction. It just seems like they just came from the houses. And the same, and all of them are swordsmen for Bob. Very well. So, Connie had, and then the swordsman. And then let's order. Oh well, Bob, you're awakened with this sharp pain as you're stabbed through. This will be a bit of zooming back and out. Well, sorry. Yeah, this will be a bit of zooming back and out, but you at this moment are considered surprise, Bob, and the first thing you do is like fully wake up from your dream, but you don't have enough time to orientate or defend yourself. But at least you won't get stealth attacked, as you can clearly see. at least the 3 opponents. CTA, you just got stabbed in the back, and just orientate yourself around the enemies that are close to you, but are considered surprise as well. Elodie, you just hit in the force field, but you're faster than Connie, as you can see her glowing with this electric/magnetic aura. Could you give me a quick insight?
Okay. Quick insight, here we go. 19.
Yeah. You would notice that there's 2 morts hiding amongst the buildings, seemingly ready to attack as well. Just like coming out of the buildings right now, like ready to jump into ambush.
The other guys, are they also morts? The ones that CTA and Bob are fighting?
They don't yet know.
Don't know. Okay, cool. I'm just out of character. The fact that you're using the exact same token for them makes me think they are, but in character, I don't know. Okay. So,
in character, okay, wait, yeah, you would be able to see, at least the knights you can see, what I'm saying is, the knights you can see attacking Bob, they're definitely morts. And yeah, I'm giving it to you because you can see like soul, through your wisdomy magically eyes, you can sense that they are like very soulful creatures, non-human. So...
yeah, humans don't have souls. Okay.
Not as much as morts do, as they can literally absorb multiple humans.
Yeah, humans listen to
I
jazz.
don't actually
Morts
see
listen
souls,
to
so
soul.
that's the thing. I only see magic because I'm just a mage.
That's why I'm saying with a 19, the same thing as if like souls are innately tied to magic. That's why you can see through your magic vision, but you still rolled insight.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Yeah. So. I'm a support character. I don't really deal damage. So can I make a wisdom check to try and figure out a way to like twist the ley lines or something to get through this force field before they kill me?
You can take an action to investigate it with either wisdom or insight.
Okay, cool. Yeah, first action, investigate it with wisdom. 23.
Ooh.
Yeah. You can tell that this was actually prepared a couple days ago, as there's multiple enchantments placed on this. But it's, with a 23, you can tell it's like some sort of multiple enchantment layer, where one enchantment converts physical energy into magical, and then there's multiple force fields. One's that is extracting the force field itself, not allowing it to be moved through. The other one is like adding a protective layer on top of that force field, which was the one that damaged you. So this is done with high regards to magic. Like this is some multiple day preparation shit, it seems.
Okay, so the first layer converts physical energy to magical, and then the other layers prevent movement and also...
There's there's 4 layers in total. One is conversion, the second one is divisibility of space, like not allowing to be moved through, and there's 2 layers protecting that second layer of divisibility, right?
Okay. Right, okay, well, best get started then. The converting of physical energy to magical, does that happen, like, is that the last thing to happen because you listed it as number 1, or is that the first thing to happen?
It's in a sense, it's like a battery. It was fed energy. It's still being fed energy and it's accumulating it and slowly converting it into a magical energy.
Okay, right. So the first one is just the power source, right? Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
basically.
yeah. So in that case, it's going from 4 down. So I guess in that case, layer 4, the first of the protective layers that I have to bypass. Can I use my second action to make another wisdom check to try and either bypass it if I can, if it's that simple, or at least, to figure out what the method I have to use is to try and weaken it to get through it?
You can start messing with it. Roll wisdom.
Oh, 16.
Yeah, you start messing with it until you see, okay, you haven't dealt with these, but there's 4 specific runes that seem to deactivate this.
Okay.
However, they have to be drawn at the north, east, west, and south points. So there's 4 specific runes that seem to be, in part, like they interact with ley lines and gain their strength with ley lines. They are already there, so you just need to find a way to magically break them.
Okay, cool.
Not necessarily physical interaction, but some kind of magical, it seems.
Right. Well, in that case, I use my bonus action to jump over the roof. Well, actually, I know I have to use some distance to get up to the roof first, don't I? So, how high up are these buildings?
They're not too high, about 10 to 15 meters.
Okay, cool. So,
there are multiple stories, but not too
okay.
large.
So I'll just hop up to the roof here. That's only like 1 hex, so hopefully I can do that.
go.
I have 12 meters of movement.
Within your bonus action? Yeah.
Yeah, bonus action, yeah.
Yeah, perfectly. Oh, you have limited bonus action movement now. Yeah. I would say you're perfectly fine. So you just boost up with your. Wait, why do you have such limited?
Because I can move. I can move my speed as a bonus action. I can jump my speed.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's wonderful.
But
yeah,
it's just because I was on the ground. Unless
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
okay with me starting off on the roof already, in which case I can move.
No. I would say you would have because you wouldn't, even if you
bounced
hit
off,
the
didn't I?
rooftop first, and you still would have landed on the ground.
Yeah. So that's what I was thinking. So yeah, I used my boost to get up here, my jump, and that is the end of my turn because I used my 2 actions to study it.
Yeah. You see between Connie's arms, electrical sparks surge as a huge electrical ball forms. As Connie looks at you, and still Connie form, but entirely a different voice. I heard you like jumping. If you love sports so much, why don't you catch? As they throw the ball, and you can almost see there's like an electrical wire / line still attached to their hand. As with full speed, it heads towards you. I need an athletics or a defense. Athletics is trying to dodge. Defense is trying to defend. So you have a choice, basically.
Yeah, well, let's just say since I'm not currently covered in loads of rock, I'll take advantage of the fact that I can still use athletics. So I will do athletics. Not that it's any good, unfortunately.
Yep. It might be good and no. As the electric ball hits you for 16 electrical damage.
Okay.
You almost see the electric line tense up, and then it springs back into Connie's hands, yo-yo style.
Nice.
Bonus action. Yeah. As it springs back to Connie's right hand, out of her left hand, she shoots like a little electric, like a little lightning thunder your way. So give me a defense again, if you may.
Okay, just defense for this one, yeah?
Yeah.
14.
Yet it doesn't even manage to pierce your golden shell.
Nice.
As the morts, they start running your way. What is the... So first off, let me take care of Elodie. So that's 8. Yeah. So the mort will have to run this, and
Wait, is he running that or jumping it?
he runs up to the building, and then he'll use his second action to climb it.
Yeah, nice.
With 12, that's 6 hexes. Yeah, he can. Yeah, he can do that. But he basically just climbs up towards the side, and that's the end of his turn. As this one will only be able to run up. However, Bob, there's 3 of them, and I have rules now for... Well, I already had them with scorpions, so for swarm attacks, you will only need to roll 2 defenses. However, their attacking modifier is added together.
Shit.
Oh, wait, question. Lucas.
Yeah? You can see
I
him.
still see him from my position?
Yes, you can.
Okay, cool. Can I help him with the second one?
Yes, you can. Feel free to roll for the second one.
Okay.
Before I roll theirs. Yeah, let's see.
Jesus,
Yeah.
15 is big.
What the fuck?
It's 3 of them attacking at once a guy who's laying down. Oh, actually, no, yeah, they have advantage.
Yeah, they have advantage.
So I'll roll 2 times to see if they get another net.
there's-
20. Yeah, they got another net. 20. So, oh god,
All
wait.
the healing's gone.
Yep, he's dead.
Oh god, wait, yeah, that's... No. What?
Yeah, no shit. Guy with advantage and plus 15.
No, but that's bad because that's 2d6 per attack. 2 attacks, 4d6, 3 of them. That's 12d6.
Yeah.
Let's see if I survive.
Oh,
God. I'm scared to roll this.
Yeah, Lucas, maybe you shouldn't have created such OP attack.
47 slashing damage.
Is that doubled for a crit or not? Or is that with the crit?
That is double. Wait. Yeah, that would be doubled for the crits because both attacks are crits and I added them together. So, did I?
Okay.
Wait. I might be doing the math wrong. It's 6d6. It is another plus 12. I did the math wrong. Sorry. It is another plus 12, so that would be 59 doubled.
Doubled, right? Okay, so it's over 100.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
As Elodie, you see. Fuck. You see Bob down.
Lucas, you know my last stand?
Yes,
Shiny are those armors.
They would be very shiny. They would be like pristinely polished.
How many reflections are those?
I would still count them as free.
Huh.
What about the shields and swords?
No, it's no. Sorry,
Shields, the shields are basically a mirror each. Come on. Full shield.
Yeah, they're holding just mirrors. Okay, no, I'll give you swords. The swords would be polished and they are a separate entity from them. The shields are polished, but they're not reflective material. They also would have a lot of dents. So you have 6 reflections. And could you, if you choose to do this, describe this visually for Elodie to see.
Bob starts falling down. You notice that the reflective surfaces started coming into the real world and the physical dimension. The 2 dimensions start colliding, and each being within the 15-meter radius, no matter animal, beast, fly, a mosquito, takes damage based on the reflective surfaces. So
Nice.
currently, I roll my wisdom, and they roll insight.
Okay, so they do have a -2 to insight. So I'm just rolling 3d20s, which means they need 16 or above.
Cool.
Right? Wait, no, it's an attack. It's an attack, so they need 17 or above because you need a 15. Yeah.
Sweet.
So 17 or above save. None. Oh, one got even a critical fail, so he's gonna be taking double damage. So as the two worlds,
basically their reflections start colliding and beating them into pops.
yeah. So you can see their armor getting torn quite a lot. As two of them take 27 damage.
Awesome.
One of them takes 54.
Double? Yeah.
Yeah. What type of damage is this?
Unspecified. Let's see.
Well,
yeah, it's not specified.
It would probably be like force or something then.
Yeah, you could
strong
if you wanted
damage.
make it. You could, since it's unspecified, you could just make it pure damage, which is the same type that Aaron's candlelight vigil had.
But that's pure magic damage. He's
No.
This is mirror.
Pure magic.
mirror.
Oh. It wasn't
Yeah,
pure
that was
magic
pure
damage.
damage.
It was just
It
pure
was pure.
damage.
Yeah. Okay.
This was an early
No, that's-
foray into inventing damage types by
Yeah.
Ilya.
Isn't unspecified damage like force usually?
Yeah, but pure also sounds correct in a sense. Like nothing has resistances against pure, but nothing also has weaknesses against pure. So
yeah.
Even impure.
Yeah.
beings?
However, this mort is badly hurt. However, all three of them are still standing.
Damn.
As CTA, first off, get me a defense as the axe guy is going to use his first attack to chop into you again.
What does he use to attack?
An axe.
Yeah, but like strength?
Yes.
I'm contesting. What the fuck are these? What are those?
I don't know what to
Daniel?
say. I don't know what to say. You take 7 slashing damage.
Okay.
Is it crit?
Oh yeah, 14. That is. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me. As the sword and the lance guys are joining into the second attack, so they're going to use the swarm attack feature. So I need another defense from you.
Another contest.
I mean, that was a 22. To hit. At least not a crit. You got really close to the.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
The lance guy has extra reach because of lance.
Yes. Yeah. So he's still able to join into the storm. That's 66 plus 12. As these start slashing you from all sides for 30 damage. Fuck, Bob, you are unconscious. And at the start of your next turn, you will be dead.
I literally cannot, like, even if there wasn't another layer, even if it was just one layer, there's no way I can destroy all of these runes in one round. So, yeah.
CTA Europe.
Bobo Capital was supposed to be our safe space. What are Morts doing here? We are not welcoming Morts around these parts. Okay.
Bloody Mort immigrants.
Well, the funny thing is, these metal I don't know if metal can be inbred. whatever. These are melee attackers, so I have a foolproof tactic.
Give me a quick insight for your drone.
For my how far is my drone even at this point?
200 meters away, because he was next to the girl.
Not advantage. It's two less.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, your drone, and thus you, through your drone, can see on the outskirts of city where Bob was laying that there is a massive, like a strange physical change of the world and space-time, like some kind of amalgamation. And with a zoom in, it can see an unconscious Bob.
Yeah. I mean, how many 100 meters does it have to cross to reach him?
Roll me a 1d500.
I use. Wait. What is good? Big or small?
It's the distance.
It's
if you
the
roll
distance.
5, he has to somehow he has to cross 5 meters to get the Bob.
No, it's a bit more, but small is better.
Okay, it's a 1.
So it's 101 meters away.
What? Okay.
Base was 100 plus whatever else.
Yeah.
But is CTA between the drone and Bob?
I would not exactly. You're a bit shorter to Bob, but you're more like this. The placements are pretty representative of like the angles. So it's not like, too large.
Okay, I can work with that. Okay, my plan is for yeah, my drone will handle this. Wait, I have to double check something because I want to give Knuckles the same potion I gave Elise. Wait, no, she had a potion of blink. I want to give. Yeah, I want to give my drone another potion. Where is it? I have so many useless potions.
Yep.
Wait, where is
useless? How dare you?
Am I left in a car? Just to verify.
No, you are not in a car. That's a bit. That's what changed the things a bit because you would have had a much higher chance to notice somebody trying to attack you through a car and have defenses.
If I was in the car, it would be easier because I die and Elodie stores me away.
Yeah, also that. But no, Bob. Also, Bob, you.
Oh!
I just want to say you would know, and I don't know if you would have told your party, but divine beings can only be revived directly by divine miracles. Priest rituals don't work.
Yeah, if I die, I die.
Like, you would need some deity directly to interact with you, not through a priest.
Yeah.
Because normally, gods grant the priests their magic to do the resurrection spell or anything. But divine beings need to be revived by divine beings directly.
Yeah.
Am I still up or are we talking?
Yeah, you're up. I thought you were.
Okay. Yeah, I found it. So, my plan is to grab these boys next to me. I use my propeller ability to grab these boys, fly over there, grab the third one, fly straight up, and drop them.
Nice.
That is strength contest against each of them. Is that correct?
It's they have to dodge my speed, I believe.
Yeah, speed.
What's
It's a speed
propeller thingy?
Yeah, sorry, not strength, speed. That's.
Here.
Yeah, that's perfect. Fine.
Yeah, my speed.
So if you could give me 3 speeds.
One.
Oh.
Yeah. Their modifier is a +4. So the first one succeeds. The second one fails, but the third one also succeeds. So you manage to grab the second one, the X guy.
Okay. Okay, the X guy. Then okay, move 4 feet. Then I slightly alter my plan, and I fly above this guy here.
Right.
So, 10 meters. How high do I get up? Like I use 4 meters, and then I have 20 meters to go straight up. I drop him from 20 meters.
Yeah, I would say that's fine.
And stay hovering there, by the way, because they are all melee.
Well.
So let's see what they do.
Very well.
And my do I have to use up an action to hand over a potion, or can my drone one action fly over, second action grab and take a potion from me?
Either you or the drone would need to use an action.
That's what I'm saying. If my drone uses an action, is it enough to grab and take it, or does it need 2 actions to grab and take it?
You mean grab the potion and consume it?
Yeah.
Yes, that's a single action. That's fine.
Okay, perfect.
That's like using your inventory to instead of his, but yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, in that
In the
case,
previous session, that if you want to feed it to another person, it's a second action. But yeah, just taking it yourself and using it as one.
Good. In that case, CTA has 2 actions left because this was my bonus action so far. So yeah, I dropped the X guy on top of the sword guy, and while he's in the air dropping, I take the potion of fire breathing and breathe fire on top of both of them.
It would be 1 action to take, the second action to
He has 2 actions.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, wonderful. So as you drop the first they both fail their athletics check, so they're gonna clash together. That's 20, 10 hexes. Yeah, they're heavy. Give me 10 d4s.
Nice.
Yeah. So both of them take 23 and fall prone. And I'm gonna leave them like this, but yeah, imagine that they're doing gaping and being on top of one another. Non-derogatory. They're just enjoying their moment. Like they have that anime moment where they accidentally start 6ix9ing each other.
It seems like Naruto and Sasuke accidentally kissing.
And they're way past that. Yeah, as you pour the potion inside your mouth, slush it around a bit as you feel it take effect and ignite, and
So yeah, well, it's still half damage if they...
Stop. 1 second. 1 second. That's 8 meters. You said you're hovering 20 meters above.
20.
20.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, and that's an 8-meter straight line of attack for the fire. So if you want to use that, you have to be at least
I said
8,
while he's falling, I breathe on him. So I hit one of them.
It's kind of okay. Yeah, fuck that. That's cool. That's wonderful. Against your Riz attack, yeah. So he needs to roll.
Athletics safe.
Yep.
Are you kidding?
Oh.
The only ones you roll in the open are net 20s. What?
No, so so he uses his axe as a propeller. He spins it so fast he blows the fire away, not taking damage. He doesn't get the
jokes
counter
on him. He still takes half damage. Fuck him.
No,
half on save.
He does.
He can try to attack me. He can throw his axe at me, but he takes damage.
How we played this before is that if it's a save and they crit, they just don't take damage.
If it
We have
specifies
done
it
that.
takes half damage on save?
Yeah.
How we played
we
this
have done
before
that.
is that, yeah, so this is a critical
Like we've
save.
done
On a
that
crit-
quite often.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so he still falls and they still take 23 damage each. How they're still pretty fine, but are both prone.
Okay.
Also, I love that you were fighting like this for 5 fire damage. You were risking an axe to the face for 5 fire damage.
Hey, I would deflect that axe. Okay. My drone. First action, fly over. Second action, take the lime green potion. And with that, gaining an extra action and flying towards Bob. The lime green potion is the one that gives an extra action.
Nice.
I still have two of
he uses
those.
an action to take the potion, which gives him an action. Oh, and then he can use free actions, right, to move.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
that's
yeah.
clever.
So it moves. Wait, was it 20 meters?
Wait, how long
Yeah.
does this potion last? Is it 1 round?
It's not specified. At least I don't know how long it lasts.
It would be a minute.
Okay, thank God. I genuinely thought for a second Lucas gave you a potion that was like, use an action to take this potion, you gain an action.
Nah. Last time it was useful.
That would be
That's a
useful for
different potion.
Bob. That would be
not
useful
be
for
useful,
Bob.
That's a shit potion.
No, Bob has cooldowns.
It's still a
Actions for actions are good for him.
Okay, fair. But no, it's still a
If Bob
terrible
survives this session.
Yeah. So sorry, CTA. How much your drone can move in a single action?
20.
So he moves 60 meters. That means he's still.
Well,
midst
in this action, it only moved 20 meters from me because first I can't split movement, so it moved toward me. That was like it's like 30 meters closer to Bob.
Yeah,
in total.
it takes the potion. But yeah, I wrote a little note here. So this pink border is about 70 meters, because from its starting position to Bob was 32 meters. So it was actually a bit further back than what that pink line is suggesting.
Yeah. So
it was around about here, I think, maybe.
with 30
But I definitely
meters
measured
plus...
it before, and it was
Yeah.
32.
Yeah. So there's about 70 meters. If the drone moved from you about 30 meters, there's about 60 meters still left for the drone.
Yeah. Cool.
And then it flies over and fails to stabilize. That would be funny as fuck.
Bob is dying on his turn.
And there's nothing I can do about it, because... Oh, wait! Wait,
Oh,
actually. Oh, no. No, I'm way too far away. How far away am I from Bob? Just out of
You would be
interest?
way closer because you are just following Connie. So you are just on the bare entrance of the city.
Damn, I forgot
give
his
me,
next turn.
No. Yeah, that's that's why I repeat it every time.
Wait. No. Bob has one turn and
His
then
turn.
he starts dying, wasn't it?
No.
No.
His turn
He's
came
already
before
had
yours.
that.
Died
He's
before
already
your
had that
turn.
I miscalculated.
Elodie,
Yeah.
give me.
If you, Elodie, what will happen if you pop up the car, drive to me?
I can't.
Put me in the
There's
trunk.
a force field in the way.
3d50s, Elodie.
Jesus Christ. Okay, 3d50. Let's go.
You want roll. You want low.
Yeah.
You want as low as possible.
37. That's not bad.
37-meter distance between you and Bob.
Okay, that's.
Which is
let me just-
wait. This might just be a little short. Yeah, so it's like.
No, it's a bit more. It's 13 meters. Let me just write.
Yeah, there's just like this is like kind of where the city ends, basically.
Yeah. There. So there's one that's 70 meters, and then there's one that's 13 meters. Right. Okay. So in total 37 meters. So let me see. What would I need? I do not have enough mana for that at the moment because I've only got 3. But I just need to quickly check my ability. Which one was it again? Phylogeneticist's Stone. 2 mana because he's not organic, and then X mana is multiply gain range in meters equal to mana spent multiplied by wisdom modifier. So
what's your wisdom mod? That's basically distance. So it's distance divided by wisdom mod, so it would be 13.
13. Okay, I need 13 mana.
Plus 2, so 15, right?
Okay.
15 mana required, you have 40.
Right, got it. Okay, cool. First action. I use my new thing, which I don't actually think I made a macro for yet, unfortunately.
You should have it all that formula.
I have it on my sheet, on my character sheet, after my ritual, but I did forget to create a macro, unfortunately.
While you're reading through, could you quickly visually explain what's going on with ability?
So basically, how would I even describe this visually? So, yeah. As these 2 morts close in on me, I just sort of look from them to Bob and sigh. And then I guess I just sort of like look down to one of my legs. Let's just say my right leg, I suppose. Doesn't really matter. Actually, no, left leg.
Non-dominant, what leg on earth? What?
Yeah. And then I touch, just put one hand against my thigh and hold on for a second, just pause, do nothing, and then these 2 morts would see grass start to grow out of all of the different cracks in that, and the gold would also start changing colour. It would get like yellowish colour, and then like that yellow would become, you know, green, kind of like autumn in reverse, until my left leg is just a whole bunch of leaves and grass. And yeah, I popped a little image into the thing on Discord of what my leg now looks like.
Wait, do you have images made for each body part?
Not quite. I don't have an image for her upper torso yet. I have one for each leg and one for the abdomen. But
how
I
the
will get
fuck
another one as well at
do
some point.
leaf toes work?
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, you might as well see how the leaf fingers work when she's got those. So, but yeah, anyway. So, when that happens, I have to sacrifice stats, unfortunately, which means that all of my stats go down by 1. So I can actually make it more than 1 if I want to, but I'm sacrificing 1.
But that will mean the distance.
Yes. It will. The distance
okay,
is
so
lower,
calculate
the
it
mana
for
cost is higher. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the stats go down by 1.
Yeah. So the mana cost, if your wisdom mod becomes 2, it will be 19.
Yes. Cool.
Plus
Thank
2,
you.
so 21.
21. Yeah. Grand. And then after all of my stats are reduced, I let me see. I gain Y times 10 mana, where Y is the number of grass body parts. So I gain 30 mana.
Yeah.
Which,
okay.
Yes. So let me just quickly adjust that. Plus 30 here, and in my character sheet. Well, I'll do that in a bit actually when it's not my turn, because I'm gonna have to adjust every stat. And then the no, that's all. I don't need to do the check part yet. That's only for removing the grass once it's no longer useful. Right, okay. So I have an extra 30 mana, which means I can now use Phylogeneticist's Stone, which is listed under SOA Stone. And the total mana I'm spending is 21, you said, Lucas.
Yes.
And the range part of that is 19, and the extra was paid because it's targeting Bob. So, Oh, right. It says 57, but it's not. That's just because I have not adjusted my stats yet.
Yeah.
It's actually like 30 odd. But yeah, anyway. And then I will use my second action to attempt to stabilize Bob, and hopefully this
You
works.
can do that via distance?
That's literally what this stone thing's about. It lets me do it at a distance.
Oh,
That's
of
why I
course.
just
Yeah,
gained 21 mana.
Of course. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
So yeah, like true ley lines, even though it's a force field, it still has only a physical effect. So true ley lines, you send those pulses. Sacrificing your own leg is as this strange. How do you say it? What's it called? Like the relationship, like a warlock and it's.
Oh right, yeah, the pact.
Yeah, like true strange, a strange warlock pact. You give up your leg to gain mana as you send through a pulse, and Bob, your body gets electrified with 13 HP.
Nice.
As you're still surrounded, but prone and still surrounded by 3 knights, but who are hurt. This one quite bad even by your last stand as you went out.
Would they even
However,
notice
still
him
Elodie-
being healed?
Yes, you would like see his body like jolt a bit and him regain consciousness, even if it's potentially for a very short period of time.
Yeah. You wouldn't see the ley lines because you don't see magic, but yeah. To anyone who can see magic, I'm just like sort of conducting ley lines or something, I guess, with my hands.
You would see, you have seen this effect before that you would know that it's Elodie.
Nice.
Like, it's at this point you have seen this enough times to recognize it quite easily.
Awesome. Yeah, so it is still my turn. I don't have any actions left, but I do have a bonus action. So I would like to hop over. Yeah, let me think. If I hop all the way over, I do have the movement to jump all the way over to the rune. If I do that, I would be on the ground though, so I can't see Bob at that point, can I?
Yes, you would not be able to see Bob.
Would Connie be able to see me?
No.
Okay, right, I'm just gonna do that.
Not
then,
directly,
and
yeah.
Hopefully I will be able to jump back up onto the roof and heal Bob again if need be. So yeah, for this turn...
Opportunity attack from the Mort that had climbed up.
Fair enough.
Please give me a defense.
Okay, again, this will be, the modifier is 1 lower, so just subtract 1 from this.
Very well.
12.
Yeah, so he manages to slash into for 8 damage. I think that's a 4 now, isn't it? Because your stuff was reduced?
True, that is true, yeah, so I actually take an extra 2.
Yeah, so 4, as he slashes into your now grass leg for 4 damage as you jump away. And land like in this small enclave between wooden buildings.
Nice. Quick question. Since I'm falling from a height of like 10 meters or something, you said, can I aim at the rune and just land on it with enough force to break it?
As mentioned, the rune is not physically there; it's magically there.
Oh,
so
right.
it needs
so
a
it's not
magic
like carved
interaction.
onto the stone.
No.
Right, yeah.
It is. It's not carved into the stone. It's more like carved into the force field.
Yeah.
Because
that's
it's
what I
like
meant,
a protective rune.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. Cool. Okay. That's all from me then.
As it is Connie's turn. Okay. Purely for interest, give me 2d50s, which will be the health of this building that you're standing next to.
Okay.
Now you won't hide.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, just... okay, let me give her a quick insight. If she sees that it's quite sturdy. Yeah, she's not going to attempt that.
What can you do? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That's the end of her turn.
Oh, okay.
This Mort. Wait, sorry, I think yeah, so this Mort is gonna run over. But that's, I think, is gonna be. Oh, he can still do it. Yeah, so he's gonna jump down and try to slash you, like doing a jumping attack towards you.
Oh.
Give me a defense.
But not quite.
But that's not a crit.
Nope, it's not.
So he does slash into you. Oh, that's for 8 damage, 4 reduced.
4, yeah.
As that Mort manages to climb up and only runs towards the edge, but is still on top of the building.
Cool.
Bob. Oh wait, sorry. What am I saying? There's a lot of more knights. CTA, the knights around you. Alright, you're midair, so you're 20 meters in air. Also, how do you do numbers on the...
You press the color and then the number.
What number? Where do you see numbers?
No, you just click it on your board.
Oh.
Ah, neat.
Huh. 1 second, let me test it. I think I deleted. Yeah, I deleted yours. Oh, that's hella cool.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. So the 2 morts are gonna use their actions to stand up. The ones that we are below on the ground. And 20 meters in air. Yeah, they're gonna clasp their hands together. Almost kind of making a platform as the lance one starts running, and they're gonna try throwing him in air. So
I genuinely thought for a second when you said they clasped their hands, they were about to turn into Sailor Mort.
no. Well, so the lance Mort is thrown 12 meters into the air, which is still too far for him to reach you with his lance. So he's gonna throw his lance at you as he's midair. Give me a defense. Against the 7.
Tough roll.
Nice.
Yeah. So the Mort lands on Timmy's corpse, squishing it.
And loses his weapon.
Yeah, let's see. 1d8. And
He's throwing it 8 meters up to me, so it should be landing somewhere far.
But also he got a 7. So it's not like it was very... Yeah, it's...
yeah, but he's throwing from 12 meters, like from the highest...
1, 2,
yeah, if you're
3,
like in a swimming
4.
pool jumping thing, if you from there you throw and lands.
Yeah. No, it lands on top of this building, 6 hexes away.
Ha, nice.
1 second, let me just mark it. Yeah, this will be fine. Yeah, so this will mark where his spear is. And Bob. Now, would you mind giving me a defense on the first attack that they have with advantage? Give me a defense against a 32.
Oh, fuck. I should have stayed up on the roof, shouldn't I? Oh well, never mind.
It is what it is. So the first attack hits. As 2d6, yeah, so that's 66 plus 12. As it deals 34 damage.
Do we need to do this?
This just gave you a turn. So
yeah, give you a turn to survive. That's something.
Yeah, it's not nothing.
Yeah, I would suggest the drone to Well,
The drone, you didn't even like. Okay, this is
Yeah,
happens
the
sometimes. You
drone
just
will
like.
get to me.
Yeah.
But
So,
I suggest the drone to postpone feeding the potion as to after those guys move away from me.
My drone doesn't even have a potion to feed.
What was the purpose of sending the drone anyway?
It will stabilize him.
Oh, okay.
After the Morts hopefully ran away. I completely miscalculated. I have another plan now. Now, my
there is a
drone
way where.
can merge with him and give temp HP. That should revive him as well. So
Yes, I would say temp HP does require. At least brings him to consciousness while he has the temp HP, right? Yeah, and the Morts are just gonna chill. Oh no, wait. Yeah, they can do something else. Oh, Bob, you're not gonna like this. But you're unconscious. How does that work? Is it a save? No. Okay, Bob, give me 3 knowledge checks.
Oh, by the way, they will take my last stand.
Your last stand can be used every time you go down.
Oh, let me just verify.
Yeah,
that.
does it not like break the shiny surfaces or anything?
Last stand once
But if it
knocked
broke the-
unconscious. Oh, X time
broke
per long rest, where X is both. It's 6 cooldown. So okay,
Ah,
Yeah.
I cannot do that.
And you're not taking actions. So cooldown
oh
isn't
right,
passing.
yeah.
So first one succeeds, second one fails, third one is critical. So they're gonna start sucking your soul out.
Ah, of course.
You
of
lose
course.
1 divine will from the first mort. The second one doesn't manage to beat your will, but the third one critically succeeds, and he's gonna take 2 divine wills from you as you restore their soulfulness. And Bob, you're unconscious, and at the start of your next turn, you will be dead. CTA, you're up.
okay, so first things first. The funny thing about my drone is with this potion, it has 4 actions when it only moves. And merging counts as a movement action. So even though 70 meters seems too far for movements that one action
Mortals can
costs
make.
20, it makes the distance. And
Wait,
Nice.
1 action is 20. Oh,
Yeah.
you have 4 actions.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
so it merges, aka makes the Bob armor.
Yep.
Um,
I will say still considered unconscious, not unconscious, prone, but Bob does gain 15 temp HP, right?
Yeah.
So Bob, you're back to consciousness.
How much
With-
HP?
You're on 15 temp, which is the drone's HP, not
Is he
yours.
stabilized?
Like he's conscious.
But is he stabilized?
Yes.
Does he-
Yes. He will
Okay,
not die.
good. That's
Well,
fine.
the drone is basically keeping his bare functions alive.
Okay.
Bob, you don't need to track that HP because it's gonna be just the drone tracking it.
Oh,
You're still
okay.
considered on 0. Yeah. You're
That's
conscious,
good.
but you're on
And
0.
Do these guys notice
That a
I'm-
drone has created armor around you? Yes.
He literally turns into Venom. I wonder if anyone noticed.
Yeah, literally.
now, by the way, now that we established that my drones are separate entities and have souls, if they suck Bob's soul, my temp HP drone
Well-
would still compensate for that, right?
Your
You're-
drone doesn't have a soul.
Why not?
Yes,
That's why it's
and storing. Yes, and sucking souls does not take away HP. It takes away the secondary stat,
The source.
which would be mana, EC, or divine will. In Vampire's case, no, Vampires don't have soul.
Wait,
No, I don't remember actually. If it
That's-
count. I have to look up if it count.
does he
I
die
text
from
Vampires.
getting sucked off or not?
No. It's just his divine will can be used to reduce cooldowns.
Okay, well, they
so
can
it's bad that he's losing.
continue sucking then. I don't care.
It's not as it's useful in a pinch. It's not necessary in a sense.
Okay, but wait, +4. Okay, +4 is fine. now that I took the weapon away from the Lancer, and the others seem like just boys hanging out, being boys, I will focus on the fight around Bob as I aim at which one of them is the least. Like, are they all
least
damaged
healthy?
or?
They're all
One of
damaged.
them took
This
extra
this one is, in a sense, very holy. Like he's
Ha. Bloody.
quite damaged. He doesn't have blood, but you can tell now that they're morts because this guy has like an open wound in his chest, and there's just the other side of the armor behind it.
Yeah.
How much damage did you take? Is he like bloodied,
He took like
aka
50.
less than half, or?
Yes, he is bloodied in a sense.
How much
He's
did you
badly
take?
hurt.
37? How much? did you take?
54. I think,
54.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then the others took 27. Yeah,
Um,
yeah, 27 for each of the other two, and 20 and
Yeah.
54 for him.
The others are hurt, but they're not badly. This one is like badly hurt.
on the other hand, I rethink my choice. I'll attack one of the ones that are not as hurt, but I will invest. Yeah, I attack the one with the least damage taken, and I will invest. I still can consume metal one time, right? Or can't I? To heal
I
myself.
don't think you've had a long rest. Or is it even if it's per day, you didn't have the day hasn't ended yet. This is the same day you fought Lekai.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Retract
This
everything.
is the same. This is the same day you left the witch's house. Actually.
Yeah. Lucas, do you ever feel like maybe time takes quite a while to pass in this company?
It's not my fault you travel fast.
Okay.
No. It is your fault that we constantly get attacked everywhere we go. Like last session, we just randomly teleported on top of our car.
He didn't attack. He came to talk. He just came and was like, "Hey, I just dropped a nuke. Wanna talk?" And you were like, "No, I'm gonna stab you." And he was like, "Fine, stab me." And then you stabbed him. And then when you were like, "Oh no, Savid attacked us," he was literally innocent. Hashtag Savid did nothing wrong. Oh no, he landed on top of the car. Oh my god, what?
He killed the kill.
No, you killed sorry.
So yeah, I attacked the damaged one with 30 HP worth of attack power, but
you have unlimited distance as long as you can see the
240 meters, so it's in range.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, disregard the damage, but the attack roll is fine. I use my advantage.
And he
for
uses
15.
defense.
Yeah. It's 3d10 if it hits. Wait, no, 3d30.
Oh.
The 30.
Yeah, doesn't really
What the fuck are these rolls, by the way? Okay, in
misses. Wait, I'm thinking, how does he counterattack?
He pulls out a baseball bat, hits the nano's back.
No, he doesn't. Stop. Yeah, how the fuck would he counterattack?
I love the idea of the baseball bat.
Emotional damage because like he juked me that hard.
Honestly, yeah, no, that's a fair assessment. He doesn't have any ranged attacks, so just emotional damage. He's gonna taunt you. So so his charisma versus your knowledge or wisdom, your choice.
Okay.
Wisdom it is.
Oh.
So you take 2 emotional damage.
Okay.
I will never recover from this. But yeah.
As your attack missed and hit behind him.
I missed with the 34, but my drone. It used up all its actions. Well, next turn it will hopefully be able to absorb it. But now that I missed, and the emotional damage took his toll, I disregard my safety and shoot again at this motherfucker. He can't possibly roll.
Roll,
Crits
rolling,
twice, right?
Another crit.
roll the hit.
Wow. Okay, a
good
20.
roll,
And this time is I don't
Okay, yeah,
have that
it's
much
it's
exactly,
HP, so
it's exactly enough to hit.
Just barely.
it's-
As you pierce through his head, and with 19 damage, that's enough as he falls unconscious.
Nice.
okay. Okay, so that was 2 actions, bonus action. Why do I wanna? Yeah, I wanna. No, I don't wanna. I'm too far away. Or am I? Nah, I'm fine. That's
Elodie, you're up.
Okay. First of all,
One mort, just as a reminder, one mort is on the same level next to you. This
Yeah.
mort is still above, and you're next to the magical rune
yeah,
of the first protective layer.
yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to give up on escape. To be honest, these guys are clearly too prepared, and Bob probably needs healing again. I wouldn't know the drone has armored him. So I think my first action is to use my movement to jump. Would you let me jump all the way over here? Or can
I don't see where you're pointing.
Over here? Or would I have
Yes,
to
yeah, I would say that's fine. That's fine. That's not
Okay.
too much of a difference. However,
Okay,
opportunity attack from
Yep.
the mort that was next to you, so roll me a defense.
Okay. Oh,
Doesn't hit.
nice. Okay.
This time you kind of expected, managed to move out of the way. However, give me 2 defenses, as Connie had prepared reactions for once you appear in her vision to use 2 attacks against you with her electric yo-yo ball.
Okay, fair enough then. 2 defenses. Although, oh, I see the problem. Right, wait a minute. So that actually should have been 1 higher. It should have been 11. So let me just roll the defenses, and they should go correctly this time. Although I've actually just realised there's a much easier way of altering my stats, which is nice. But anyway, 2 defenses. Let's go. First is a 24, but obviously it doesn't matter because that's a crit. So, and then the second is 14.
Wait, the
Oh wait,
first
no,
one is
her
a crit?
first one. Her first
Isn't
one
a
was
crit.
not a crit. Okay, that's
Yeah,
good.
that's what I'm
mine
making
isn't.
sure.
Oh, no, mine isn't. Mine isn't either. No.
Yeah.
No.
So this her second one is a crit,
Yeah.
as her electric yo-yo ball hits you. Is that correct? Yeah. And this is gonna be double the damage. Oof, lucky 12 electric.
Okay, so that's the. Is that the? Oh yeah, because I dodged the first one. Okay, yeah, nice.
Yeah.
12 electric reduced by 4, so 8.
Yes. So you only take 8 electric damage. However, you just got hit.
I am.
And she also prepared her bonus action as a reaction to shoot. So give me 1 more actually.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's not too bad. Probably you. Yeah, so you reduce it to nothing.
Nice. Okay. Right now. Yeah. Okay. So, first action I take is actually this isn't an action. The first thing I do is look over. I can see that Bob has the drone on him.
Yes,
so,
but he's still on the ground.
Yeah. Okay. But I know the drone keeps him alive, right? I know that.
As long as the drone stays alive.
Yeah. Okay. But. Oh, right, of course. Their turn's before his. So if... Wait, no, he has been stabilized by having it, right? So
Yes.
he doesn't die if it's killed before
Yes.
the end of this turn.
He will. He has gained at least 1 more round.
Right, okay. So because he's gained a round, because he's stable now, I can't heal him anyway. My heal only works on non-stable creatures. So instead of doing that, what I will do is I'm low on mana, so I will sacrifice another leg, which means my stats go down again. So all of my stats are now at 2 instead of 3, which is what they were at last turn. And then I gain 40 mana this time. However, let me just quickly double check, because I believe my max mana goes down. Does it? No, it's based on... Oh yeah, no, it is. It's... max mana is based on storage and wisdom modifier. Right, okay. So my wisdom modifier goes down to 1, which means it is just equal to the storage cost, which is currently...
I think it's 60.
60.
Right?
Yeah, 60. Okay, so that's fine. So max mana goes down to 60, and current mana...
As you gain 40, yeah, 52 out of 60.
Yeah, 52. Excellent. Okay, cool. And then, with my second action, I will attempt to remove the grass from my legs. Before I do that, I will just show you the picture with both of my legs as grass. But yes, I will I will then attempt to turn my legs back into gold, which will stop my body from being made of grass.
You mastered alchemy.
Yes, I mastered the ability to turn my legs into grass and then undo the thing that I just did.
Turning grass into
so,
gold is something special.
Yeah, turning grass into gold is considerably more impressive than turning gold into grass. But that's why I get a mana payoff for doing it. Right,
I disagree, actually. I think turning gold into a living being...
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, this part is a bit more difficult. The other part's like an automatic thing I can just do. This, I need to do a wisdom save. And because I have 4 pieces of my body that are grass, it's DC 15. So, let me roll wisdom. Oh, wait. I need to adjust this first to make sure I'm not getting too high of a roll. Here we go. And now, wisdom. Has to be more than 15. Excellent. Okay, cool. And because I exceeded the roll by more than the number of grass pieces of my body, which is 4.
Over 19, yeah.
That means that it is a critical success, which means instead of removing 1 grass limb, I remove both of them. As such, all of my stats are increased by twice my level, which means that all of my stats increase by 6.
So you're plus 7?
Let me just quickly...
Because you are plus 1 right now?
Yeah. I
so you're plus 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after all of that finicking,
yes,
becoming grass,
and becoming I am done. That's my turn. I literally did nothing.
Yeah.
I turned into grass, then turned back. So turn over.
Yeah, support characters.
Exactly. This is what happens when I'm a support character and there's nobody around for me to support.
And you have to support yourself.
Yes. All I can do is layer buffs on myself and hope I don't die.
Support Connie.
Roll me 3 defenses.
Okay, right, wait. Before I do that, I do actually need to work out what the hell I've got to do on my sheet.
I mean, for now you can roll 3d20s and we know it's plus 7 each time. Sorry, not 3d20s, 3d8s.
So,
and we know it's plus 7 each time.
Yeah, wait. It's plus 7. My modifier is my standard. Yeah, so it's just 7. Yeah, because... Yeah.
It was a plus 1, you got a plus 6 on top of a plus 1. So.
Yes. Okay, I get it. Right, okay, so this should be correct. This should be correct, this roll. It's defense I'm rolling, isn't it?
Yes, 3 times.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Against a 20, against a 7, and against a critical failure.
Oh, nice, okay. And the last one... Okay, yeah, these are plus 7.
Okay, so none of them hit.
awesome.
As you start
and
dodging completely out of the
Who
way
was the
against
plus?
the
Who was
yo-yos.
the zero? The crit fail.
It's Connie. It's all Connie.
Oh, right, okay,
It
nice.
was the simple zap lightning
Yeah.
from Connie, and you have a counter attack if you have
I do not
a
have
way
any
of
ranged
countering.
attacks. I do not.
You can give me a plain a strength or accuracy check as you would kick a roof tile into her.
Nice, nice. Okay, cool. In that case, yeah, I guess probably accuracy makes more sense, but it doesn't really matter because they're the same anyway. Oh, it's only a 15.
Yeah, still hits. Give me a 1d8.
Nice. Okay. 4.
Yeah, you deal 4 damage.
That's about as much as I ever deal, so that's fine. I'm happy with that.
That's the end of Connie's turn. The one that stayed on the rooftops, he's gonna manage to run up and climb. As this one, yeah, he's gonna have to use an action to climb up and then run up. But he's not gonna do anything. This Mort is gonna use his sword to attack you. So roll me a defense.
Okay.
18 to hit.
Defense, yes.
Meanwhile, CTA's drone, I would request a defense as well, as the 2 morts are going to swarm attack here.
Well, it doesn't have defense. We decided that if it gets attacked, it's attacking Bob. And that's where point 3 comes in. The drone can decide to not help against the hit. But how does that work if he's stabilized, but my drone
Yeah,
just
I would
gets him
say-
Oh,
I
he
would
just
say-
gets destabilized, doesn't he?
I mean, that's what I wrote down. I believe that was what we decided.
I would say, yeah, it's fair, but I would say in order to keep him stabilized,
I mean, could the drone just pop off him? He's destabilized. They can suck his soul or whatever, and then the next turn the drone.
there was not a turn where Bob was stabilized.
There was when the drone stabilized him. You just said.
Bob's turn did not pass. That's what I'm saying. In the sake of fairness, because otherwise this is an endless
No. But
cycle.
on my turn, you literally just said like he was safe for at least one round. You just said that like a few minutes ago.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I did. It is my mistake. I didn't realize like CTA's drone would just be able to miss.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to attack the drone, I am fine with that. My drone has attacks against it is still disadvantage.
Attacks. Yeah, they would attack the drone. 1 second. Let me just give the damage to Elodie.
It's an unfortunate name, but what's written below counts. So.
Huh.
Yeah, no, that's entirely fair. So Elodie, you would take 12 slashing damage as then yeah, CT roll the defense for
Oh right.
the
What
drone.
dealt me this damage?
The Mort attacking you from above. He rolled an 18 against your 18.
Oh right, yeah. So he did. Yeah, I forgot about that. Right. Okay, 12, and then that is reduced by 14. So I do take nothing. Because it's double my lowest stat modifier, which is currently 7.
Fuck. Why? Okay. Yeah, like the Mort would look shocked at you as you're like in this.
Like I said, all I can do is buff myself and hope to survive.
Yeah, that's it. Alright. Yeah, the Mort is terrified of this. But they're attacking the drone.
Okay.
Disadvantage?
Yeah.
Disadvantage, yes, disadvantage. Oh my god.
These natural 20s though, what a...
Yeah, I know.
23 to hit, so they still hit.
First, the drone is a family member, so point 2, whenever a family member gets hit by an armed attack. What is this has to call it? Is it that I have to call the 1d2, or how have to call before it gets hit?
Could you paste the ability description? I vaguely remember this.
It's Farmer. Just scroll up.
Oh, Farmer.
Family armor, by the way. Very cool name.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's point two. Whenever a family, because usually I assumed that my drone can't be attacked. But if it got attacked directly, can I trigger the try to deflect?
No, I cannot. At this point, I cannot set a precedent that it like.
You already set the precedent that it got attacked. For
No, but
reason.
it's attacking the drone is being attacked, not a family member of the drone.
Yeah, but technically it couldn't be attacked.
Well, in that case, they would have to attack Bob, so... Yeah. In which case, they wouldn't have disadvantage, which makes it a crit, which means if the drone defends him, then the drone's dead. Probably. I would imagine.
If we don't want to set the precedent, then let's make it that Bob got attacked and then the drone tanks it. Because it's still fine if the drone dies.
Okay.
I just want to have a rule that's consistent.
That is so we can choose one of the paths. One path is we allow the drone to stabilize dying people, but then the drone can get attacked, even if it's using farmer, or the farmer doesn't stabilize, but the drone can still block hits.
But if the drone doesn't stabilize, Bob dies.
We are disregarding the what happened. Like de facto, he was stable.
Oh.
So I'm just trying to set how's the path we're moving forward is.
Okay.
So it's either it's stable, but the drone can be hit, or it's unstable, but the drone can block future hits.
Yeah. Well, how does point two work then? Can it work for the drone itself or not?
No. It's like the way it's written. It would be.
It's still a family member.
It is whenever
family
the
member.
no, it's whenever the family member. It's the family member.
Yeah, but we
It's not
also
a family
changing
member.
the
It's
ability. If it stabilizes, we modifying the ability. So I would just remove the death in that case.
look, no, but you're saying that you want to choose the second point, which is not stabilizing, but being able to block it.
Yeah.
Right. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, but in that case,
We're not changing. We're not changing anything.
The number two only was intended in this way if the drone couldn't get attacked. If the drone can get attacked, it will also make sense that it encompasses the drone. That's what I'm saying.
Why
If we go with the way that the drone doesn't stabilize Bob even if he's armored, and we're disregarding this turn because
then it would just stay the same. But
yes, so that's what I'm saying. And then the drone cannot be attacked, right?
Yeah, but I want
So
the
their
other
attack-
option and change the ability. I want it to be stabilizing, and if the drone gets attacked, it's a family member, so it should have a
Wait,
chance
so you
to
just
block.
want 2 boosts to the ability for no cost?
It's not a boost though.
It is a boost.
It
The drone
takes away
itself-
one boost.
Because it's a boost already to stabilize.
No. You take away. Usually, the drone would be immortal, and you take that away.
The drone would be immortal if the person underneath it is living. Yes.
It would be immortal either way. If it attaches to a dead member, it can't be attacked. It's immortal.
Oh, I see. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's why I'm changing the ability. So
No,
that
we're not. No, you gain the fact that you can stabilize, but you can get hit. So it's a drop. It's a feature and a drawback. It's 1-to-1. Right? It's equal. But the drone isn't considered a deaf family member itself. Or we ignore that and it stays as is, and now they're attacking Bob to destabilize him because we wrote it as if the drone stabilized him for some reason.
Yeah, okay. The Bob doesn't get stabilized.
Yeah, so the drone doesn't have a feature to stabilize him. Bob is stabilized for some magical reason right now, and they're attacking Bob with a nat 20 to hit, which doesn't matter, but your drone can try to block it by rolling a 1d2. So, call it, which means you decide if you think you will roll a 1 or a 2, and roll it.
I roll a 1. Boom. It's blocked.
So the first hit, their swords clash against armored Bob. So Bob, you are unconscious, right? Still, you're considered stable for some reason, but you would be unconscious now. Sorry for the confusion. So they will try to hit again with their second actions. I don't know why they're doing a swarm attack, actually. Not doing a swarm attack would be smarter in this case. But anyway, my oversight. Yeah, so they're trying to hit again. Will you try blocking it again?
Yeah. Oh, okay. This
Call it.
time, it's a 1 again. Boom.
Huh.
I know my role.
Basing on yourself getting the low rolls is quite annoying.
Yeah. So the drone manages to keep Bob safe while he's stable. Bob, you are unconscious but stable.
Wasn't she
CTA,
conscious,
yours.
just magically conscious just a moment ago?
No, maybe
No, that's...
just but stable.
Yeah, 1 second. That's right. There's still... I forgot about the morts next to CTA. Apologies. So, the Lance Mort. He doesn't have a weapon.
So it's a monk mort, just saying.
He picks up little Timmy.
Hey, no
and he's gonna yeet little Timmy at you. Using his strength for throw. Give me a defense. Oh, come on, no. The cost of little Timmy.
Oh, that is beautiful.
I counter
You
attack.
have,
Want to hurt
you have,
friends?
you have an auto hit critical counterattack.
Nice.
Well, I wanted to pick to throw Timmy back, but now I
Yeah.
don't know the damage modifiers.
What's
the
the damage modifier on Tim?
1d8. Not 1d8, 1d10.
Oh. But yeah, the nanos is probably more efficient.
Nah, I need my my nanos
Health.
for range stuff. I what the simple sword was 1d10, so a simple gun is 1d10 as well.
Yes.
Timmy was 1d10 as well.
Yes,
I
Timmy's
just shot
considered a
Timmy.
simple gun.
Whatever, it doesn't cost me HP. I throw Timmy back.
So
Nice.
as Timmy swung at you, you catch him by the leg, swing it around, and yeet at full force back into the mort. Roll me a 1d10, which is gonna be doubled.
Nice.
So
8.
Timmy explodes into parts. As the bloody mort looks at you as you dealt him 8 damage. What do you do? Yeah, you would probably he will just move behind his teammates for now. Right, the axe mort. He's gonna throw his axe at you. Roll me defense.
It's a throwing axe?
No.
Okay, wait. Oh no. Wait, yo, see CTA is flying. Can I see CTA from on the roof? He's flying.
Inside with disadvantage.
I'm 20 meters. In the air.
No, that's really fun. You're like in different angles from Bob.
Disadvantage.
So
Okay.
yeah.
That's a 14.
No, I would say no. Like your full attention, because you didn't even know where
Yeah,
CTA
I'm
was
focused on
before,
that.
right? So even if he's just above a few buildings,
Yeah.
there
That's
might
fair
be just like a building in the way or elevation
Yeah.
difference. All right. So, sorry. CTA, you get hit by that axe for 12 total slashing damage
It's doubled because my.
because you rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that Mort puts his hand inside of himself and pulls out a chain.
Ah.
Is it a gold chain?
No, like it's a long metal chain.
Not a cute Cuban link.
No. This Mort is gonna throw his shield at you first. And then after that, he's gonna throw his sword, most likely. I don't think the shield has the potential to kill you. So they're just angrily throwing stuff at you.
They should have
So
disadvantage for shenanigans like that. What the fuck? How good
no,
is
they have
the shield?
they have a throwing ability.
Yeah.
Okay. So
That's the
2
only
defense?
reason. Yes, 16 and 14 to hit. For 16 being the shield.
What the fuck is this?
So yeah, shield is doubled, which now has the potential. It's a 1d8. So it has the potential to knock you down completely.
I don't even see you, so yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not able
No. Okay, so 8 damage as you get hit by the shield, which gets stuck on the axe, but then at least the sword clanks off the shield. As now it's your turn, CTA.
Man, I needed those HP. I wanted to shoot a potion. Okay. Okay. In my character sheet, I still have the stuff that I wrote down for Bob. Bob, have you used up the potion of regeneration in your inventory?
No.
Good answer.
Yeah, you just dumped so many potions in me, so I have no idea if I used something.
Wait,
Yeah,
there was
I tried to keep track of stuff and delete stuff I used, but I don't know if we
There
have
was a-
2 potions of regeneration because I know we used 1 at some point.
Yeah, it was used in Lake High's battle.
But did we
I
have
think you
multiple?
had 2. I think you had 2.
Good.
I think when you were talking with the goblin lady, she did offer 2.
Yeah, in my I wrote down right now that we still have 1, so I hope that's correct. Because I don't have enough HP to provide any assistance from CJ. So my drone reaches into the pocket inside your underpants and grabs the potion of regeneration and feeds it to you. Grabbing and feeding. How many actions is that?
Single one. You're just
Okay.
using it up immediately, so it's fine.
Okay, then first action to do that. That's 1d8 at the start of the next. I'll just copy it. Next 5 turns.
Yeah.
He's unconscious. Wait. When will that potion kick in? After his
At the start
next
of his
turn.
turn. At the start of his next turn.
His next turn.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's good. Second action, reabsorb the HP that's lying around. That's plus 19 for the one and plus 34. So it has 68 HP right now. That should be enough bulk. And third action, it will shoot on the cannon at the one on the left. compressor cannon.
Sorry, which?
Bomb.
Oh, you're shooting over at the smart.
Yeah.
Very well.
What is this?
Counter-attack or defense. as he dodges and slashes back.
Does he still have
16 to hit.
disadvantage or not?
All attacks have disadvantage.
Yeah, he would have. It's a counter-attack. But yeah, it doesn't matter in this
Okay,
case.
wait. I can see the drone, so I will assist the drone.
Very
Cool, that's a 30.
Yeah, so the slash misses. CTA, what you're up next?
That stands for my drone, and CTA himself has decided for a tactical retreat. For 24, 48 meters towards Bob. And I will lower myself between houses, so I'm not visible from by anyone on the map, hopefully.
That is entirely fair.
Yeah, that's it.
Elodie, back to you. Mart's clasping hard. You can see fight raging on. Where Bob is, you see CTE's drone, but not CTA. However, now you feel empowered.
Yeah. Okay, yes, although... A minute. I'm not convinced that assist thing is right. So wait just a second, please. I've added plus 18 minus
plus
4.
18 is a lot.
It's double. It's supposed to be double, so it should be plus 14, not plus 18. So there's an extra 4 I have to add in there. So let's see.
Why would it be plus 14?
Because it's double my modifier for this ability.
Oh, okay, I see.
If it's my lowest stat modifier, it doubles it.
Yeah, gotcha.
So just to see if it's working.
God damn this build.
Plus 14, yeah, that's correct now. Cool. Okay.
What the fuck?
Yep.
Just casual.
Hey,
What is this? What is this, D&D?
This is what happens when I made Lei Yun before, and everyone was like, equal stats are garbage. So I made it my mission to make equal stats
You know what's
garbage.
funny? You know what's funny? The plus 18 is correct because you minus a 4.
Yeah.
So the plus 18 minus 4 gets a plus 14. So the 18
I
was
actually
correct.
I did get it correct the first time. Okay, good.
It was a 30, which
Nice.
which is like D&D, actual D&D territory.
I would say it's kind of even a bit close to almost D&D like 3.5. Like D&D 5e is higher than this game because it has proficiencies, but it's not common to roll a 30 in 5e.
No.
But anyway,
like higher levels.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, my turn. So, Bob is not stabilized. Is that correct?
Bob is stable because he was stable and he's not hurt, so he's stable. Literally.
Okay. Is he
he's
conscious?
Not dying. No.
Okay.
Not dead.
Right. Okay.
He's basically a body clanging around in a metal suit now.
All right. So he's moving.
No, I mean barely. Yeah, within the drone.
Okay. I'm just thinking, like, in character, I don't know if I would think he's alive or not. Because the thing is, out of character, I cannot heal him because he's stable. I can only heal people who are not stable. But Elodie doesn't know that. But at the same time, he's actually moving. So I might assume he still has HP left. Because I didn't see what was going on before. Like, while I was on the ground. So, like, should I roll knowledge or something to try and figure out if I can heal him or not? Because the alternative is just I waste a bunch of mana and one action to do nothing?
You can roll knowledge. It would make sense to, because Elodie, since he's a god, there's no way for you to even have a magical indication.
Yeah, no.
So it is entirely up to your knowledge then. With a DC, you can decide for yourself. Elodie what's Elodie's best guess, right, in this situation?
Elodie's best guess.
Also, would she risk it? Would she risk it, right?
It's really difficult to determine. He's moving around, so that would make me think he's probably alive and conscious.
Well, you know that, there is CP's drone around it, right? So
yeah, but also the last time I saw that drone do something, it did stabilize him. So who knows? But yeah, anyway, I rolled a 24, so I'm just gonna, without setting a DC beforehand, I'm just gonna say that's probably enough.
Yeah.
To assume that because he's moving around, he's not dying.
Yeah.
So, as a result, I'm just gonna do the same thing I did last turn. I'll turn both of my legs into grass this time, which reduces all of my stats by 2. So my modifier is now +5. I then gain another 40 mana. And my max mana, I'll sort that out later, but it's high enough at the moment, that's fine. And then with my second action, I once again attempt to purge the grass from my body. DC 15 as before, and that's a 22, so I'm good. And again, that exceeds it, so it purges both of my legs, which means all of my stats increase by 6 again. My modifier is now +11. And I'll just end my turn. I don't really need to move. I've got a good line of sight from here.
Lucas, are you still there? Did you leave? Did you rage
No.
campaign?
It's fine.
Okay, good.
Yeah, no, seeing Connie seeing that there's some shenanigans going on, and even the Mort's unable
Connie's
to...
just seeing my legs sprout grass and leaves and shit, and then it all just sort of changes back to gold, and I'm doing nothing else. It's just really weird, probably.
Yeah. You see her holding the electric ball. She flips out a coin out of her pocket. And in pocket, I mean, she literally, you can see a part of it on her side, opens up a little bit, as if you would expect in an ERT, as she puts a hand and pulls out a metal coin. As she has to drop, the yo-yo disappears. As she looks at you, and you hear her shout, "This is for you, Master Isai!"
Oh.
As a railgun shot at you. Athletics.
Okay. My athletics roll is, let's go, 21.
That's a nat.
Nice. Okay, good for her.
No, that's so bad for you.
It's very bad for me, yeah, it's very bad for me. I'm
It's
glad that I buffed my stats now, because this is gonna hurt.
Double this. 34 electric.
Okay, and then it is reduced by 22.
So that's
12.
Oh, that's not too bad for you.
I am conscious, but I'm
Yeah.
definitely feeling a lot less secure now, as I have a massive gaping hole in my torso.
Yeah. Yeah, for bonus action, she isn't going to... Yeah, no, there's no point. No, she can't. She does have something. She sends a spark into one of the Mort's swords. That will add additional damage if they hit.
Nice.
If they hit.
Yeah.
it is their turn. They're gonna do a swarm attack against you.
Fair.
2 swarm attacks, but yeah, still. Roll defense.
25.
19, not enough. And another one. Oh, come on. 23. They cannot get through that armor. Yeah, so the ones next to Bob, they're gonna start doing attacks. No, there's no point. They see a huge, large metal pile, they're gonna do a swarm attack again. 24 to hit.
It's buff defense now, so
Bob is still unconscious. It's an auto hit if you don't block.
yeah.
So he's no longer stable. Is that right?
No, I'm
if
just
Carol-
tanking the HP with the drone.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So I rolled the damage. You're just like, okay, and you didn't say anything. So
No,
you're
I
all
just
confused.
wanted to see the damage roll. That's it.
22 damage.
Yeah, my drone. It's like it's nothing.
Yeah, and they're gonna do a second attack. Do you want to see the damage again?
Yeah, I'm level 3, right?
Yes.
I have one chance left to block it. I'm just tanking unless
26 to hit.
yeah. Drone is down to 20 HP.
Yeah. Sorry. What is the distance that you moved last?
48.
Round? Like.
If you're calling CTA.
Yeah, CT. I'm trying to think to see if they can do anything in that distance.
They wouldn't know where I am. I specifically hide out of sight. I'm not flying. I'm on the ground.
Wait. Oh my god, you're right. You don't even have a soul. I was gonna say they have soul sense. You don't have a soul. They can't sense you. Wait, no, they had to have been prepared for you. What did they have?
They had the lady in rags, didn't they? She was like looking out for him arriving.
No, she was just
What's
pretending
funny,
to be a
as-
priestess or something.
As CTA flies away, you see her. That's right. Her vision is still following you, but she hasn't moved. But that's not going to give them an exact location. For the purposes of this battle right now, these morts are considered out of commission.
Nice.
There is no feasible way they can re-enter the battle within a meaningful time frame, unless something else happens. Bob, at the start of your turn, roll a 1d8 for me.
It's fine. You're up. Let's go.
Yeah, you heal for you're back to consciousness with 2 HP. What do you do?
Oh boy. What do I do? Okay, so since I'm pretty hurt, let's see how much divine will I'm going to spend for a third action. It was 1d6.
Yeah.
1d6. So 3.
Yeah, 3
I
divine
have
heals if
3.
you want them.
Yeah, I have additional action. First, I'm going to cringe one of the morts for emotional damage, divine emotional damage. So it should be holy. Wisdom
Hero's
versus
charisma?
charisma. Yeah. Sorry. My bad.
Yeah, no, all good. It hits against a 10.
Just a second. Since I say cringe, I look at which one is more hurt.
They're both equal.
Okay, I look at this one and I say, You should never raise your hand around a marquee, as it leaves your wallet unprotected.
What are you talking about?
How much does he get the damage?
Yeah, you hit him. He's cringing at like the fact that he gave you a concussion and
come
you're
on.
talking nonsense now.
Okay, I wrote exactly the same.
Yeah, the universe works in mysterious ways. Yeah, he cringes at the idea that you have a concussion and are blabbering nonsense that he doesn't understand. Because he has no idea what the fuck what do you mean by marquee or what wallet you're talking about.
Okay. Okay, as a bonus action, I'm going to use a fracture. Since his body is reflective,
Yes.
he needs to make a charisma saving throw. Oh, there are two bodies, so it's the same. I don't make an attack roll. I just roll.
Nice.
If he makes a charisma, wisdom. Okay, wisdom. Sorry.
Yeah, because I was thinking that this should be still set.
Okay.
So I will say, since you're technically fracturing the other mort, both of them have to make the save, and it's a charisma save. Is it a charisma save?
Yeah.
Oh god, they're bad at this. Oh god, they're bad at this. As both of them will take the 16 damage as one's armor fractures and the other's reflection fractures, dealing him mental damage. But this mort's armor is not reflective anymore. I don't know what icon stands for non-reflective, but it will be a spider web.
Huh, cool.
Okay, this was my free action. And now I'm going to use a divine. Oh no, this was a bonus action. Okay, I'm going to blast each of them with holy blast.
Very well.
Since I have two more actions, I roll. Oh, just a second. Oh no, I cannot do that.
If it's an attack, you have advantage. Just saying.
Wait, really? Because of the drone?
Yeah, my drone still has all its abilities.
Well,
Nice.
okay.
Okay, I'm using wisdom as an attacking roll, and I blast them.
Good advantage.
I'm using advantage.
No. You already had advantage because of the drone.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's a 20 to hit. But against defense, let's see. Yeah, no. Against the first mort, it doesn't hit.
Wait a minute. Oh no, I'm not gonna waste it. I'm not. Have I already used my reaction? I don't think I have this round. But anyway, it's fine. I don't think it's. Unless this is is this big damage, Bob? Ilya?
Nah, it's not that bad.
Okay.
Not that good. Okay, I'm going again.
Yeah, let's see. 18 to hit. It hits.
Nice.
Which one are you hitting?
And
this one is barely more damage because of the cringe attack.
okay, the more damaged one, and I'm dealing 3d10 damage.
Is this a holy attack or?
Wait.
This is Holy Blast?
Nice.
Isn't there a cooldown between them? It doesn't.
One cooldown.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you want to use that, you would have to spend Divine Will.
Oh, could we just say that I helped him out with the other one?
It doesn't matter. No. Cooldown is he has to spend actions in between.
Yeah, no, but what I mean is, because I didn't realize it dealt 3d10. That's quite decent damage.
No. Post factum. So Bob, are you using up divine will for this attack to hit? Because
Okay, we
otherwise
use
it's
one divine will.
Nice.
and you hit for 13 damage as the guy is barely alive, just like barely clinging to himself.
Nice.
As Elodie, you notice a teleportation coming in.
Oh joy.
Next
Yeah.
to Bob
Oh fuck.
with a 16 in his initiative.
Oh joy.
Savid joins the fight.
Oh, come on.
With his first action, dropping a smoke bomb.
Oh.
So he's gonna drop it somewhere there, which basically will help cover the immediate shield. It's a 20-meter range, so yeah, it's basically completely isolates sight. As he looks towards the drone and commands it to detach, we're gonna end the session.
Yeah.
Knuckles would never listen to Savid. Not Knuckles. CTA is completely out of commission. Completely.
Yeah, well, so
I
am
looked
I,
through
basically.
everything. I have nothing that restores HP.
I've got nothing on me that restores HP either, and I have 7 left. If I keep buffing myself, there's a chance I can survive, but there's like 0 way that I escape from this double layer force field thing. So yeah, I'm also pretty much out of commission. But yeah, I will just point out, because I know that Lucas did not expect the massive amount of damage reduction. So normally in a normal fight, I would not be just spending turn after turn buffing myself. The exchange here is that it's literally taking me like a full turn of actions to get this buff. So most times I would prefer to use my actions on my ultimate for arcane assist so that I can keep helping people.
Yeah, what you're gonna
yeah,
make me do is introduce piercing damage, just like pierces through our damage. But
But
it is.
No, but like I said, in most fights you shouldn't have to do that because it's literally just because I'm so far away from everyone else and I could barely see anyone for most of the session that I ended up doing this. Because like the only times I could see Bob was when I was healing him, basically. Other times I was jumping between buildings and things.
I know, makes sense.
Yeah, Lucas, maybe if you don't want to kill us, you
What?
shouldn't.
What gave you that idea?
The fact that we're still alive.
Not my fault.
Well, last session you had a pretty good opportunity to kill us all. But I guess this is an even better opportunity. So I suppose in hindsight, like why would Savid bother killing us himself when he could like lure us into a trap, which gives him even more of a chance to kill us? So
He literally saw you survive like Kai, and he was like, okay, okay. If I try to kill them when they're together, it's gonna take an hour as they heal themselves.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Honestly, I will say though, I am quite pleased with how functional this a new thing of mine has been because the stabilizing at range, like it is definitely not intended to be stabilizing people who's like 30 meters away. It was meant for like, oh, someone's a few meters away and I don't want to use my action to move. Was basically the intention behind that. I had not anticipated having enough mana to be able to spend 30 mana on, or 20 mana, however much it was, on using that. So, yay. Also, currently my max mana is 660.
Hey, that's a bit excessive.
Yeah, so
I guess.
my current mana is 92 out of 660 because the way it works is whenever I, reduce my stats, I gain mana. But whenever I increase my stats, I gain max mana because my max mana is based on my stats. So, yeah.
I can't even be angry about it because all you did with Melody is spec into this is stat based. This is stat based. So
Yeah, I have so many different things that are all about if your lowest stat is tied or whatever it was, the wording. But yeah, my build gets fucked up if my stats get fucked up. But this does give me an out because I can reduce my stats. Like if someone gives me like a -3 or whatever to my stat I can just reduce all my other stats down to 3, or down by 3 as well. Of course, there is a limit to it, obviously, because it's limited by how many body parts I have, but still. It is pretty good, I think. Although it hasn't really stopped me from being taken down to below a quarter of my health, so, it's not infallible.
no, it's a good testing ground for it. But yeah, I loved how you how both Yuris and Carolus called me out in the beginning, with Yuris being, "Oh, Connie is suspicious," and Carol is being, "Oh, it's always like that when the DM takes control," and I'm like, "Oh, good, that was the plan."
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I did think at first that it might be just you, just like, hey,
Yeah.
Connie doesn't want to do this herself because a player was supposed to be doing it. But then, I mean, yeah, it also.
I tried treading the line of like, instead of using names, she's like, "That guy."
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah,
She never mentioned your name. She was like, "Where's the last guy? Where's the drone guy? Where did the drone go? Oh, there's 2 drones. What?"
Oh yeah. No, I did think it was a bit odd that she would be surprised there was 2 drones, but that guy and this guy part never really clicked to me. But yeah. So yeah, good job. Honestly, when you first said like her movement was like weird or whatever, I was half considering just like shrugging it off, like, yeah, it's probably a trap, but I'll be fine. But yeah, I was not anticipating a force field that was prepared days in advance, presumably specifically for me, because she lured me alone into the force field.
Well, the force field is
No one else had
just
a force
small
field.
enough. The force field is just small enough so that you cannot summon warships.
Oh, that's
Or you
interesting.
can only summon it vertically if you wish, but you could not summon it horizontally.
That's nice. I had not even thought of that. That's awesome. I mean, I could still summon the road roller, but it's damaged, and I don't want to risk breaking it permanently. So, yeah. But it is kind of funny though that they spent all this time prepping for like what they knew about my abilities, but then literally just before they lured me into the trap, I got a new ability that makes me tanky.
Yeah. Luck of the draw.
Anyway, guys, I will
Yeah.
have to leave you for now, and I'll see you all next week.
Yep. See you next week.
Yeah, see you next week.
See you next week.
See ya.
Just imagine if we had managed to get the tank from the sand vampire. But alas, he's still in the car. Oh, and that, by the way, is why I would have stowed the car. I forgot about it at the start of the session when we were having that discussion. But the reason I would have stowed the car is because Sandy
Because of the
was
sand guy.
staying.
Yeah, I think you did. I think you did stow it because of that exact reason. I think we just all imagined Bob sleeping in the car for some reason. And by
Because
all,
I
I
had a
mean probably
feeling.
me.
Yeah, Because I had a feeling that last session I had described Elodie like sitting down cross-legged on the grass in a yoga sort of pose.
Yeah.
Well, meditation pose, I guess, you know. But anyway, thanks for the session, Lucas, and see you next week.
All right, guys. See you next week.
Man, I misplayed. The ability you gave me, I always forget it. You took damage, so you can deal damage for free.
Oh, right.
I always forget that shit. I would probably have like 30 HP left. Whatever. I will find a potion shop next session.
Dude, honestly, wait. That's not a misplay. You almost killed Bob. If Elodie had not meditated and gained the ability to gain mana, because that's literally what the meditation was about in the last tower, she would not have been able to heal Bob. She did not have mana.
Yeah, I completely miscalculated with that. I also had the option to just summon a new drone, put a potion in it with temp HP, like the potion of heroes, and shoot it at Bob. That would be a better choice. But for some reason, I just 3 rounds. It's fine. I'll get there, or at least like 2 rounds. But
yeah, but also shooting at Bob when he's prone, would be with disadvantage. So there's also a risk of missing.
I already had that prepared. I wanted to take the potion of monkey to increase my accuracy and have advantage on accuracy, but yeah.
Wait, potion of monkey increased accuracy. I forgot about that.
ACC is accuracy, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I remember it because it's monkeys throw shit. So that was my idea of why it
Oh, that's fine.
Oh my god, yeah. It should be athletics and accuracy, or is it only accuracy?
Something else is athletics.
Okay.
I already closed it, but man, running out of potions is bullshit. Why does this day never end?
No, it's a very long fucking day. I mean, what do you expect?
Bob,
yeah, every time you're like, try to kill us, guys, and when they try to kill you, you're like, wait, no, not like that.
Next session, Bob will be immortal for at least 4 rounds. He will always come back, and Marky will save the day. I trust. While CTA will just walk around the city looking for a potion shop.
The hilarious thing is that Savid wasn't the battle where you used the regen potion. So if you think he has, because I mean, even you in character would know the simple way around it, which is damage at the start of the turn. You heal, you get damaged.
Yeah, but I guess you could ready an action to attack after he gets healed or something, but
no, like also yes, but like even setting a fire beneath him.
Well, it depends on the fire and on the roll. 1d8 could survive. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like,
but Savid and the detachment is annoying. Well, we will see how it plays out next week.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye. See you around.
All right. See ya.